we at 5? I thought we were at 6.
Are we? No, I think I'm gonna be pissed if we're not at fucking 5.
No, I think we are at 5.
I just fucked that up.
No, I think we're at 5.
Yeah, I think so too. What's up, man? Yeah,
What's the deal, brother?
I'll put this back.
What the hell's today? Thursday?
Today is Thursday, which is good because I'm pretty sure our last one was a Thursday too. Last week we did it last week Thursday, right?
Yeah, Thursday just becomes something that's like, you know, sometimes that works. It works a little better than a Friday. You know?
Yeah, definitely.
For certain weeks.
Yeah, especially maybe this week is not really a huge fight week, but it's really good for the when it's a big fight on Saturday. I know that this week is not really nothing really happening this weekend. I don't even think there's going to be an event this weekend, right? This Saturday?
Yeah, sure there is.
Is there?
Yeah, you got
who's fighting this
Glover
weekend?
Teixeira is fighting Thiago Santos.
Oh, Thiago, nice. That should be a really good fight.
Yeah, it's gonna be an interesting scrap, bro. I don't know who's. I'm probably leaning. It's weird, man. Sometimes Glover goes to bed, and other times Glover just takes somebody down, and you know, I don't know. It depends.
Thiago's a big man.
Yeah, he's big, man. I
Big
wonder
man
if
with
his
big-
knee is right yet. You remember when he fought, was at John Jones? He was fighting where his knee was just slipping out of place. That thing just
was
kept
nuts.
buckling side to side. I was like, oh no. He just kept stepping, and it was just.
He was
You
a
just saw it
savage.
literally like it was just slipping to the side. Like, I don't know. I don't even know what kind of injury he had. I'm sure it was some kind of ACL, MCL. It was stabilizing injuries. You know what I mean? Like things that are required to keep your fucking knee going straight and going that way. Like
Yeah.
that's the shit that broke.
That little ball that was in his knee was going left and right when there should be shit stopping that from happening.
For real.
Did you see the 30 for 30 that's coming out about Tito Ortiz?
No,
And Chuck Liddell?
I did not. About the story of their beef?
Yeah, about the story of like them in general. I checked this out. Our sound is good.
All right.
We're
Yeah.
Gucci.
Because we had a
Last week, our
little
mishap
hiccup
last week. Yeah.
but-
So they're doing a 30 for 30 on them. So I wasn't watching the UFC when I knew that Chuck Liddell existed. Obviously, I knew Tito Ortiz existed. But do you know their like background? They were training partners, right?
I don't know if they were training partners. Is that a fact?
That's what, yeah. From
Okay.
from like the 30 for 30, the trailer that I seen, it was like they were training partners. They were, they used to spar together. And they have a clip of Dana White saying that Chuck or Tito was doing like everything he could to not have to fight Chuck. And then when they started fighting, like this weird beef happened, and they fought a bunch of times, right?
Fought a few times. They even fought again recently. Like I think last year they fought, and Tito Ortiz knocked him out. It was so bad because Chuck Liddell has a lot of brain
CTE.
trauma. He's got multiple things going on. I know there were issues. Like I think it was speculated that he was drinking and stuff a lot, which also causes issues with your brain.
Yeah.
And so that compiled with a whole bunch of head trauma over the years. I don't think it was responsible. He's a grown man. He can make his own decisions, but I don't think it was responsible for any sanctioning body to
Allow him to fight.
clear that fight. They shouldn't have. And I also don't think that Tito Ortiz should have took that fight because he looked like he felt like he was a big man when he knocked out Chuck Liddell. If you saw them fighting, they're in completely different points in their lives. That's what it.
Well, Chuck took a lot of damage in his fighting career.
Bro, he dropped him. He looked like a crash test dummy. Like how how you die in like Grand Theft Auto and
your
shit.
body just
And your
gets
body. You
flung.
remember Max Payne?
Yeah.
The whole game, you just like your arms are just going everywhere. It's exactly how he went down. It was nasty. And then like I think Tito even jumped on him, hit him a couple more times. Like, and then he was celebrating all crazy. He did his whole thing. When he knocks somebody out, he
digs a
buries him
grave.
and shit. Yeah.
Yeah.
He did that whole thing, and I'm like, I don't know. I'm not.
What was were they tied at like their back and forth? Because I think they fought at least 3 times, right?
Yeah, I think Chuck knocked him out once. I think he beat Chuck. Then they fought like who the hell knows? I don't know exactly what it was, but I know they had a nasty beef.
Yeah.
But
I'm really looking forward to it.
yeah, Chuck Liddell was a goddamn axe murderer when he was a goddamn axe murderer. Because I started watching MMA. I started watching UFC in the 90s. So I was a kid when I was watching that shit. It was the first one I saw, I think, because I had an illegal cable box. Like in my bedroom that my parents didn't know about. So it's like, so it's like one day it was just, those old school boxes. One day it was just, it had every channel.
Yeah.
One day it was just some old, this is before, like it wasn't a cable company.
It was a box.
It was a box. It had like a wood grain sticker, like that fake plastic
It's
wrap.
like wood grain vinyl.
Yeah, exactly. So it looked like that. And it had, I remember the power button, you had to hit it mad hard in like the top left corner on the box or else it wouldn't go on. And then through some kind of faulty shit, through like the regular basic cable wire or whatever the fuck, one day I just got everything. Like I even got the channel with like every 14, 15 minutes, you'd see a titty real quick.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It'd be like all blue and shit and all like fucking, it'd be like green and shit and like.
You didn't have like a box on your box? Because we had illegal cable too, but we only had it in one room.
It was in my bedroom.
And it was like a box that was strapped to the box and you had to hit the button. And my dad would be like, "Oh, Bobby."
Oh, so you intentionally got that?
He was like, "Zap it."
That's
So he used to tell you, "Go there and zap it."
Go zap it.
Yeah, my dad had the plug back in the day. He used to tell me to go zap the box. That was like the thing. He was like, "Go back." Dude, we allegedly had free cable. I don't know if it wasn't free cable, but we had the extra channels
Yeah.
for a long time. And we changed the game. When we went to satellite dish, we had the satellite dish guy connect.
Yeah.
What?
Damn, bro.
Yeah,
Man,
man.
the plugs, bro.
Yeah.
I'll tell you, it's weird because the kind of illegal box I had, it also had all the pay-per-view channels. So like every pay-per-view, like every wrestling, I was watching like WrestleManias for free and shit like that. So then I ended up seeing a UFC one time on one of these channels. I don't even know what it was on. That's how I found out about the UFC. I think it was like UFC 5. It was one of those 5 or something like that. So then from there, I remember I had seen those at the video store, like the old ones. They were on VHS at the video store. This video store, Pine Hollow Video, was right by my high school on the same road. So, because I used to rent the old WrestleManias and shit. Like my dad would rent them for me when I was a kid. So I would like go and watch like the Ultimate Warrior and shit, and they were right next to each other because I guess they figured they were like related somehow.
They're kind of, they're very similar, I guess.
So you had the old UFCs there and I'm like, holy shit. I'm like, look at all these fucking UFCs. Like, so I started, like renting them like one at a time. Like my dad would just rent them for me. You know what I mean? I'm like 6, 7 years old and I'm watching like brutal cage fighting. You know what I'm saying? So
watching dudes head kick each other with boots on.
You could foot stomp in the head. Like when the guy's on the ground, like you could do all kinds of shit. Like it was insane.
No weight classes.
Bro, you could pull hair. It was crazy, bro. You ever see when Hoist Gracie ripped off Chemo's braid? He had
the braid wrapped around his hand.
He wrapped that shit around his hand. When he had him in closed guard, he wrapped that shit around his hand and was punching him from his back. He was just punching him though. So that's how I started watching it. So then like I kept watching it and I never stopped. And I've been watching that shit ever since. Like, so then it started to become way more, more rules, more civilized and stuff like that. And, and I remember it was illegal in New York. You weren't allowed to, they couldn't have it in New York.
We just got it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
they made it
a couple years ago.
Like they made it illegal like a few into it. They made it illegal. So but my whole reason for bringing this up was then I remember when Chuck Liddell came around and Chuck Liddell started fighting and stuff because there were guys like Mark Coleman and shit like that were really, and like Kevin Randleman, like these guys that were really
juiced.
They were huge and they were everybody was on steroids, bro. And they were massive. And it was when the wrestlers started to really dominate. Like the wrestlers started to dominate everything. So then a little while after them and stuff like that, then you had big punchers that had good like takedown defense. You would have a guy like Chuck Liddell, like nobody could get him down, but he had fucking dynamite in his hands, bro. And one day he just started cracking everybody. I mean, I had the UFC game for Sega Dreamcast, bro.
Was he like the broken character?
Bro, he would just, you could just sleep people. Sometimes you would just hit him with a right hand and they would just be like, he
was 10, 10, 10, 10, 10, all his stats.
Bro, his power sometimes was just fucking crazy. You could just knock people the fuck out. Like, and it was so realistic because that way, he had like lights out power. He was like one of the first guys that I ever really, was able to understand what that really was.
Yeah.
When I was watching, it was like he had like magic in his hands. Like
you ever
hit
see
people and it would just go out.
Did you ever see when they try to punk him?
Yeah, that's not a good idea. Why would you do that?
I was never more scared for these guys punking somebody than when they try to punk him.
No, that's no good, man.
When you said about, it being illegal in New York, the first thing that comes to my head is, did you see, New Jersey legalized recreational marijuana, right?
A lot of states did this.
Dude.
They like four or five of them.
Yeah, I was just going to say there's like a bunch of states.
I think
Arizona was one of them.
Ohio.
Wisconsin, I think, was another one.
Okay.
And maybe Ohio was
Nebraska, some shit like that.
Dude, I was like, wow, this is crazy. one state decriminalized cocaine, marijuana, and like methamphetamine.
Yeah, hard drugs. Guess which state that is?
What state was that?
Oregon.
Was it Oregon?
Yeah,
Wow.
of course it was Oregon.
That's crazy.
Yeah, bro.
What's going to happen there? And I'm not one of these guys that thinks like you're going to make like drugs. Anybody who wants to do drugs is doing drugs. So
Yeah.
it doesn't matter whether you make it legal
Yeah.
or not. They're going to do
See, but
it.
I just think that becomes a little bit problematic when you have now. What is a family supposed to do if there's some dope fiend shooting up in front of their house?
Well, it's decriminalized. It doesn't mean that they're going to put it on sale. It's not.
No, but I mean, like now, what are you calling the cops for? It's no longer a crime.
I don't know. I've never called anybody for.
If so, that's what I mean. If somebody's shooting dope in front of your house, you have kids or something like that, and you're just
Yeah,
like, because
yeah,
you know, in
yeah.
these liberal ass cities, that's like kind of what's going on, like in Oregon and shit like that, and in
I heard
fucking
San
LA.
Francisco's like full of like homeless heroin addicts.
Bro, I went to California, bro. I went there on vacation.
How was it?
Bro, I went there, brought all my camera gear and shit like that, because you know, like I do like photography and shit. So I brought my cameras with me. Like I brought like dead ass. I brought like 2 carry-ons full of camera gear.
Jeez.
Like I brought all my shit. I
yeah,
was like,
you thought you were gonna build your portfolio?
yo, I dead ass was like, yo, I'm going there. I'm taking bro. I went to El Matador Beach. We went all the way. We drove up to Pacific Coast Highway. We went to Venice. We went to Santa Monica. We stayed in
That's
Venice
sick.
Beach. We stayed, in Santa Monica. So we were right there. We were a 10-minute walk to the right was the Santa Monica Pier. 10-minute walk to the left was Venice Beach. Like that's where we were staying at our Airbnb. Bro, when I went to take pictures, bro, I could not take a single photo without homeless people in it. I mean, tents, bro, on the beach. I'm trying I'm taking a photo of the of like the sunset and the Santa Monica Pier, the Ferris wheel.
There's an encampment to the right of it.
Bro, they have like porch chairs and shit, like outside their tent. Like they literally live there. Like that's their address.
Yeah.
It's like unbelievable. I'm like,
yeah, California's got a nasty homeless problem.
I just found it to be so strange. You drive on the highway, bro, and it's just tents all along the highway. You know how on the LIE there's that sound barrier, the
Yes.
wall with like
Yeah,
those
yeah, yeah,
eagles
yeah.
on it or whatever.
I know exactly what you're
you know
talking about.
So, right along a sound barrier, the sound barriers and shit like that on the
just
highways
homeless people.
in LA, bro.
It's
It's
the
just-
weather, man. They could live there all year long.
And it's not illegal to do that.
And it's almost like they're kind of embracing them there. You know, listen, it sucks to be homeless. It is what it is. Honestly, I don't think that any of our demographic, and I'm going to say demographic, is homeless. So I'm not worried about offending anybody. But fuck, California's got a nasty fucking homeless
Bro,
problem.
I think it's honestly, it's like a homeless industrial complex. Like the same way that countries get rich off of wars.
Yeah.
Like there's that theory that America gets paid off of war.
Yeah.
Like I think that in California, the politicians are receiving aid for homeless people
From the homeless people.
to take care of the homeless people.
Oh, okay,
so I
okay,
think
okay.
they are encouraging
There's
and
some kind of
embracing-
federal incentive to
Yeah,
having homeless.
exactly. So I
Hey.
think that they are just like encouraging homelessness and they're protecting homelessness. Bro, they're putting porta potties under the fucking the overpasses.
because they won't stop shitting in the
Bro,
street.
the bridges, they're giving them bathrooms and like wash stations. They have like water stations and shit. I'm like,
But
what?
these are probably like necessary evils because like where else are they going? So do you want them like sitting outside your McDonald's and shit waiting to use the bathroom, or you want to give them a bathroom? It's weird. It's like and I'm just playing devil's advocate. I'm not saying I feel any way about it.
Yeah, because
but
you
it's,
know,
it's interesting.
I used to have a dream of moving to California. Like me and my girl always talked about that. We were gonna move to California. And
I
we were
wanted
gonna,
to move to California.
you know, that was
once,
like a bit like it was a serious consideration. I was like, we're really gonna go there. Like I have a cousin that lives in San Diego. Like he moved down there and he never came back. He moved there. He has
a lot of people go there and never come back.
never, like he's never even considered it. Like he barely comes to visit. Like he's like, he's from Jersey. He's like, he don't come here really at all. And it was really something that we considered, and fucking not anymore, bro. Not anymore, bro.
It's interesting you said that about the government possibly getting some kind of incentives.
There has to be.
I wouldn't doubt it. Listen, did you hear about the cruises? They're letting cruises go out now with no passengers.
What do you mean?
That's what they said. That's what I read in the news. They're like, cruise lines can now start sailing, but you can't bring any passengers aboard.
You can't have passengers?
Can't have
on a cruise
passengers.
ship? Does the crew count?
The crews are not passengers. So you could pay people to be there.
All right, so this has to be like the first step
It's phase one.
toward
Possibly like
but
letting a couple
what an
people on.
unnecessary step.
Right?
Is that real?
That's real. It was on. I read it like a reputable news source.
That's some dumbass shit.
Right?
God, there's so much dumbass shit. 2020
Bro,
is
you
just
wanna
full
know
of dumbass shit.
You want to know
man.
a story I passed up on talking about? I'm going to talk about it now, but I didn't write it down.
Go for it.
There's like a weird village in some. It's a weird village in Nigeria. So within Nigeria, there's like a village within there, and they burned down this like priest or religious figurehead over there's house because 3 men woke up and couldn't find their penises. This was on the news, and it was like it just didn't have enough context for me to even talk about it. But that's the crazy shit.
Wait, what?
Yes,
They were missing off
bro.
of
They
them?
burned down this guy's house.
Wait, so they
there
had
was no context. All they said. That
How you gonna? You left me with that?
That's what I got. That's why I said I wasn't going to talk about it.
You didn't even look this up.
I did look it up, and I was like, I couldn't believe it. And they sent a link to like the CNN article, and I was like, this is a real thing. And they just show a man's like mud. I was gonna say mud hut, but it's like a building, like a cement building, just burned. And you know that the cement doesn't. You burn a house down in the United States, most of them are made out of wood. When you come back, it's in ashes. You burn a brick house down, it just burns from the inside.
Yeah, damn,
it becomes
yo.
like a stove.
It becomes like
an oven,
like a brick pizza oven.
Exactly.
God
yeah.
damn.
So you just see like a bunch of char on the inside, but the structure was still nice.
Damn.
They're gonna hose it down.
Yeah, just scrub that thing.
That building's still
If
good.
there was some palm leaves,
Yeah.
and some
It's gonna be
Lysol,
perfectly fine.
be fine. Damn, that's wild shit.
Wow.
I got to read more into that. I'm so sorry that we have left everybody with this open story.
Yeah.
Look it up.
That's how I felt. If you want to look it up,
Well,
just look at yeah.
Now I want everybody else to look it up.
It's not. There's no context.
Put
to
a
it.
link in the comments or some shit.
You want some news with content? Draco the Ruler, the rapper. You know who that is? Draco the Ruler. He's a West Coast rapper.
Yes.
He got out of jail today, and he's
And?
on live. And you hear his aunt in the background on the phone talking about, yeah, I had to tell his lawyer he had to get out and get some dick. And then he goes, he's just pointing at his phone like I'm on live. She outed him on live allegedly for being gay. And I started watching all the old interviews I watched for him, and I'm like, damn,
What?
this
I don't
dude
even.
might just have some sugar in his tank.
Oh my goodness, yo. I don't even know who that is. That's strange.
Yeah,
I thought I knew who it was.
He's
and then
a
I was like,
rapper.
wait, West Coast?
he's a West Coast rapper.
What, like a
Draco the
SoundCloud
Ruler.
rapper?
Yeah, I would say he's kind of SoundCloudish. He's. I can't tell you any of his songs.
Yeah, well, I apologize for not knowing who this artist is, but
He's a rapper.
I
and,
mean,
you know,
Jesus Christ.
But and I don't care that he's gay. It doesn't bother me at all. But it's just interesting because his persona is just this super. He's named himself after a gun.
Yeah, I guess.
You know, he's just like a super thug, and it was super interesting. And then he's like, and then he ends his live and then gets back on live. He goes, "Yeah, I don't know what the fuck y'all talking about over there. Y'all know what time I'm on." It's like, bro,
Oh no.
like you just got outed. It's
So
terrible.
he was trying to hang up. Did you see it?
He's like pointing at the phone. He panics. He goes into complete panic mode. And then she's like, oh.
Yikes. Oh, that reminds me.
What?
You want to hear something? I don't know if I told you. Bro, I had no idea. My girl is on school. She's going to class and she was on Zoom. And I didn't know she was on camera.
Oh my
Like
God.
with her teacher.
What?
I didn't do anything crazy. I just went over and just like I like hugged her and shit. Like I was like being like a smart ass or something like that. And then she was like, no, I'm on camera and shit. And I looked up and it was like her teacher and like all her classmates and shit like that. They started texting her. They were like, so your boyfriend and shit. I was like, thank God I didn't do anything absurd.
Some of her friends
Sometimes I do some absurd shit.
I can only imagine. I know exactly.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
I do some
yeah.
ridiculous shit, some funny, stupid. Oh my God.
Can you imagine?
That would have been unbelievable.
You think that one of her friends is like now sulking in the corner, like my boyfriend never just hugs me randomly.
Maybe. I don't
Some
know.
of her classmates are definitely hating on her now
Yeah,
because
probably.
of the love that you showing her. Like, why is he just hugging her for no reason?
Sometimes.
Like, what
you
did
know?
she do? She was just in class.
I was like, fuck. I was like,
Women
my
are
bad.
like
I was like,
that.
I had no fucking idea. I was like, I'm so sorry. Fuck.
Women are my wife takes a sign language class, and
Damn, I always wanted to do that.
the other day I walk into the room and I was like, "You're still in fucking class?" And then like because but she goes, "Dude, you're not. I'm not muted." And in my mind, I figure it's a sign language class. I figured everybody would be muted. And I said it out loud. I said, "Why aren't you guys muted? It's a fucking sign language class." She looked at me like she was so disappointed. And after I said it, I realized You're an idiot. And she looked at me, she goes, Roberto, how are we going to know what to say? She goes, how do you think she tells us what to say? How do you think we learn here? Of course you have to talk to each other.
Well, I know that I took a class in Spanish in junior high school and you weren't allowed to say anything. My teacher wouldn't let you say anything unless you said it in Spanish.
Well, that's probably one of those things you could only speak in Spanish.
Maybe you thought she was taking a class like that.
It definitely kind of
you can't say anything unless you're signing it.
It kind of sort of makes sense that would be that way, right?
Damn, that's funny, bro.
Yeah.
That's some funny shit.
I definitely think it's interesting. First of all, I think it's interesting that we're living in a world right now where you can do things like that, like go and take like online sign language classes.
Yeah.
Like, isn't that nuts?
Yeah, that's some pretty crazy shit.
Everything is like over Zoom now. And like you could do every now there's online yoga classes.
But there's always been. People have just been pretending that that's not available. That wasn't an option? That wasn't an option. I mean, everything is so much shit is done online. Meetings are done virtually and shit. I learned everything I learned in my adult life. I learned on YouTube.
That's 100% true.
Fuck college. I've been learning. There should be a YouTube university.
110%.
Like straight up your skills. Like if you clock a certain amount of hours of watching this stuff and you're able to display the skill and demonstrate the skill, you learned it. Like I learned so much shit on there. So
anything I know about cars, a lot of what I know about cars, I learned it off of YouTube.
Bro, I know.
And it's insane. YouTube's an amazing community. Honestly, it really is. The comments are a little what's the word I'm looking for?
Entertaining?
No, toxic.
Yeah, it depends.
They could be toxic. I guess it depends on what kind of video you're watching.
Exactly. There's some videos that I watch that it's just like everybody's just super like positive.
Yeah, if you're watching a David Dobrik video, it's probably like that. You're looking around for that sound, right?
What sound?
Oh, you don't hear it. I wanted to address it because I looked at the camera before because I heard a wild sound coming.
No, it sounds like some kind of like hand drill or something, like a power drill. It's probably somebody.
Power drill?
Yeah, or something. I don't know.
You're not allowed to use power drills.
No power tools.
No power tools. It does sound like that though. Did you hear about? This is my last one. This is the last one. This is my last pitch to you.
All right, what you got?
GameStop. GameStop's doing like a TikTok challenge for their employees. Pretty cool, right?
Well, I thought, what's going on with TikTok? Didn't they ban TikTok because China was spying on us or something?
No, it was like probably like chopped up and sold to a bunch of Americans who, are now just proxies for the Chinese guys that used to own it before. But I'm pretty sure it still exists. I don't have the app, but I'm sure it still exists.
Yeah,
but GameStop is doing a TikTok challenge for their employees. And if you win, you get more hours to work. That's what the prize is.
Wait, if you win, you get more, like you get overtime?
When you work like a part-time job at like a shitty place before, and they'll just call you 20 minutes before the show, before your shift, and be like, hey,
we don't need you anymore.
We don't need you anymore today. Well, that's what the incentive is for GameStop employees to like do TikToks and stuff like that. They get more hours. Like we'll give you, instead of 16 hours this week, we'll give you 20.
That's a pretty good incentive.
To work?
I mean, that's what America is. Nobody wants to fucking work no more. They just want to be like, I want to make a TikTok video and get $200 because I think my TikTok video is worth $200 at least.
So this is my theory, right?
Or maybe get a discount with the company, like just so they can get a little revenue from you.
What about the fact that like you're giving them this like publicity? Like they're earning so much off of you, right? By you, like. You're in this challenge, right? You're showing all your friends GameStop. Then if it's really good and it blows up, like you're showing everybody GameStop, which leads to people, going to GameStop more, so on and so forth. And like your prize is just additional work. A $10 gift certificate is better than more work. Like that I can already work. You're not giving me anything, but like you're putting me to work more.
Yeah, I guess
you already don't pay me enough.
Because that's the first thing that entered my mind is I was like, fuck that. But then I was like, wait a minute. I was like, there's a lot of people right now that don't have jobs. Maybe this is good.
For those people, it's great. If they could TikTok their way to a job at GameStop, good on them. These motherfuckers are already employed.
Yeah, how about GameStop does that?
Yes, I'm telling you right now, if my job called me tomorrow and they said, Roberto, we're doing a TikTok challenge. And if you win, you get to stay 10 more hours this week, I wouldn't fucking participate.
Well, that's because you already.
Even if I wasn't
You have enough
full-time
hours.
employee.
Nah, I wouldn't do that. What am I talking about? Fuck that. That's the worst fucking prize I ever heard of in my life. I think for some reason I switched this fucking like devil's advocate switch in my fucking brain.
Yeah.
And I just wanted to kind of like just expand on this. That's the worst fucking prize that you could ever give anybody. I'd rather. What the fuck? Give me a pack of fucking gum. Give me
Dude,
some chewing gum. Fuck
The
that.
internet is up in arms. People are calling for GameStop to be canceled. It's not bad
Are
enough.
they trying to cancel
it's crazy.
GameStop?
It's not bad enough that they're offering you $4 for an item that you just paid $60 for 2 days ago and didn't even open.
Oh my God.
But now they have the audacity to fucking try to give me more hours for this competition. I remember when GameStop was like going to go out of business and all the memes were going around like, oh,
Yeah.
GameStop, you're going out of business. I'll give you $6.75. People were giving them like ridiculous offers to buy them out because all the ridiculous offers they would give you on trade-ins. Dude, they're trading.
I'll give you $18, bro. They're trading. I walked out every single time. I still have games that are useless to me now because they were so insulting when I went there. I'm like, are you kidding me? This is a Game Genie. Are you fucking kidding me?
Yeah, it's crazy.
It's a
Dude, you
goddamn
go
Game
over
Genie.
there and they'll be like, we'll give you a $50 game, right? It's still on
Yeah.
the shelf for $50. They have the audacity to say to you, we'll give you $10 or $15 store credit. What? Huh?
Yeah, fuck out of here.
Fuck out of here.
They were super fucking insulting. with
I will use that
bullshit.
shit as a coaster
Yeah.
before I allow you to fuck me.
That's
that
hilarious, dude. That must have been on Reddit.
That was all over
It was,
Reddit.
damn it, man. That I fucking, when was that? A long time ago?
No, it was this week.
That GameStop was, not the TikTok thing. I'm talking about GameStop.
Oh, that was a while ago. That was a while ago when GameStop was like going out of business. I'm pretty sure they actually closed a lot of GameStops.
Damn.
It's weird when companies declare bankruptcy, but they still like exist.
Yeah, it's like bankruptcy is not really bankruptcy when you're a business.
Yeah.
You know, a bankruptcy a lot of times is really bankruptcy for like Joe up the block that can't pay his mortgage.
Yeah.
You know, like bankruptcy for those guys is just like a way out. You know, it's like protects your assets and
And the
shit
company
like that.
like
It's
still exists, like Hertz.
Yeah.
Actually, I don't think Hertz is ever going to exist. I think they're going to end up having to liquidate all their assets.
You think so?
100%, bro. They're when it comes to like rental car companies, if you look at their stocks, their stocks plummeted. I bought a bunch of Hertz.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I fucking
There's Hertz and there's not exactly.
So what's cool about Hertz, what I didn't know is they own a lot of other rental companies too.
Like what, like Enterprise and shit?
Yeah, they own a lot of other companies. I don't want to say which ones they own because I don't fucking know.
Yeah.
You know, but they own a lot of other companies, which, you know, means that their infrastructure is huge. And I bought in, they went down to like under $1. And then they shot up to like, you know, $3. And I bought in at like $3. Then it went up to like $7. And I made some money and I didn't pull out because I thought that they were going to weather the storm. And now I'm eating, 50 shares of Hertz then it's probably they're trading at like $2.50 or something like that today.
That
Then
might
I-
go back up once people stop being weird.
Yeah, if they make it.
True. That's the
It's
issue.
all about companies' ability to lose money. Me and a friend of mine were talking about this the other day. They were saying how they don't buy from small businesses, and it's because the small businesses can't do anything for them, right? And I was talking about like the importance of, and I wasn't preaching about it, we were using an analogy, and then we used like small businesses versus like Walmart, and my thing was, it's like, listen, Amazon can afford to lose money. Walmart can afford to lose money. These small guys, their stuff is priced higher because they can't afford to take the same hit that these guys take.
Yeah.
They're enormous. They could afford to lose money for years and years.
Yeah.
These small guys can't afford to lose the money.
Sometimes, I don't know, because sometimes I feel like the price difference is significant. It's so significant that I'm like, if I go to this store, I'm just a dummy.
Like, but
I'm
you know
like-
what? But you're thinking about, and I don't do
I'm
this.
thinking of it selfishly.
Yeah, because
you
you
know.
got to look at it from a whole as a like, do we really want to be subjected to only being able to buy stuff from one dude?
Yeah, exactly.
Like, is that really what we want? One dude that none of us even get to, like, the community doesn't even grow off of this guy.
Yeah.
At least a mom and pop shop, like,
They might have other things you need
ex-
that Walmart does not.
yeah,
You
but
know.
not only that, but they're members of the community.
Yeah.
So your community grows.
Exactly.
So you're investing in your community.
Exactly.
And I buy off of Amazon and I buy from Walmart. Dude, I don't even go grocery shopping. I get my groceries delivered here from Amazon, fresh, whatever. So I'm not saying that I'm doing this, but I'm just saying that that's like the logic behind it. That's the logic that I presented in our argument.
Yeah. I mean, that is a good point. I mean, it's one thing that I do like about mom and pop shops is a lot of times they'll have things that you can't obtain elsewhere.
Like plumbing shops. You ever try to get a specialty plumbing item
at
like on a Saturday?
Home Depot, you can't get one. You got to go to that hardware store.
You got to go to the hardware store like Blackman's. And guess what? Those places are closed like at noon on Sunday and Saturdays, and not even open on Sunday.
Yeah. And they're rare. They're few and far between. You're not gonna find one on every fucking corner, you know?
Yeah.
Like, bro, I'm gonna listen to this. I never thought I'd fucking say this. You know what store I missed the shit out of? If you guess this, I'll fall out of my chair.
Oh my God.
I needed it multiple times.
Oh my God, Radio Shack.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
That's what I'm talking
Dude, Radio Shack?
Bro, Radio Shack. I used to think Radio Shack was such a shithole, but every time I needed a random adapter or a random plug, just for one time, because it's going to fucking not work in 3 weeks.
Yep.
Like, you know, but I just needed it now. I want it right now. I need that plug right now.
Dude.
Like, bro, I can't believe you knew what I was talking about. Have you been going through this shit?
Listen to me right now when I tell you that I had a Radio Shack credit card.
Bring back Radio Shack, bro.
I had a Radio Shack credit card. They used to have these remote control cars there called X Mods. And you could like upgrade the little engine in it. You could upgrade like the tires.
Get out of here.
This fucking thing was unbelievable.
You could buy parts there?
You could buy parts there.
Oh my God, that's dope.
I don't remember why I had a credit card there, but I'm pretty sure I got that shit just to buy more X Mods like things. It was insane. And like you and your buddies could like, you know, there were the kind of controllers you could put on like different stations. So like your controller doesn't control your man's car, and like you guys.
Oh, so they ride on like different frequencies. Like
exactly.
Wow.
Yeah. Radio Shack was the shit, man.
Damn, Radio Shack was the shit, bro. I needed a wire the other day, and it was like, you know, it was like it was just one of those things. It was like a couple of them. There was one like at one shopping center in one direction from my house, and then another one in the opposite direction in another shopping center. Right? And they had different shit. You know, like it's like anything you needed, you'd get their fucking cordless phone if you just needed one day. Just you know, fucking printer paper if you just needed it one day.
Ink,
fucking
toner.
Blank CDs if you needed. Like when I was burning CDs, man, I would be going over there getting blank CDs. Like, and they just damn. That shit is just, I needed it so bad the other day. I was like, see, you know who'd have the fucking Apple adapter off-brand? Fucking Radio Shack.
Yeah.
That's who would have that shit.
I don't know why, but in my mind, I think that they went out of business because people used to just steal from them so often.
Nah, they were small. It was a small store. Hard to steal from. Trust me.
Is that now that I'm thinking about it, I was like, damn, I feel like my boys used to steal blank CDs from there.
It was just a real small store.
And
there would only be one guy in there. Maybe two.
Yeah, there was only 2 or 3
There was
guys
one
in there.
visible guy.
Yeah.
The other guy would be like in and out, coming out of the back like, hey man, you want to get pizza?
Radio Shack was like the, you know, Smart Tech from that from the movie with Seth Rogen and 40-Year-Old Version.
Yes.
Where he works at Smart Tech.
Yes.
Yeah, I said Seth Rogen as if he was the main character. He was in like 30 minutes of that movie.
30 minutes, that's generous. Try like 7 minutes probably. Probably like 7 minutes.
He was a coworker. He was listed to credits as coworker 5. He had
so a store like that, you think?
Yeah. It was, that's how I feel like it was like the same.
See, but
kind
that's
of
a much bigger version. That store reminds me of like the Wiz.
What's the Wiz?
You don't remember the Wiz? Nobody beats the Wiz?
Is it WHIZ?
Yes. No, it's WIZ. The
What
Wiz.
was that? Was
What?
that
It's an
old
electronics
Best Buy?
store.
I've never been to the Wiz.
Oh my God, really? Damn, son.
Nah, I've been to Caldors. Remember Caldors?
Oh yeah, I remember Cal. My dad used to get so mad. They never had anything in the flyer. He'd get there, he'd be like, where's the khakis you had in the flyer? And they're like, oh no, we have these instead, but they're not on sale. He's like, why do you guys always send this and it never has a sale items? Like my dad used to get so mad.
My dad once, before my dad lost a bunch of weight, he used to get mad because
Keep trying to drink that.
Walmart or Costco's didn't have his size pants. And I remember one day being there for like 45 minutes. My dad like talking to the manager, talking mad shit about like, you know, how do you guys not have size 44 pants? You know, it just doesn't make any sense. There's people out there that wear bigger sizes than that. Every time I come here, I want to buy some pants and you guys don't have the size. In my mind, I'm like, why do you keep going there?
Try somewhere else.
Why do you keep going there?
I know. My dad too. I'm like, you keep going to Cal. He's like, let's get out of here. We're going to Kmart.
Yeah, dude, my dad loves those. My dad lives in Puerto Rico. My dad will come to New York,
Yeah.
go to Walmart, and buy me 2 or 3 packs of Walmart brand underwear. 2 or 3 packs.
That should have hold you down for like 2 years.
Dude, I only own it now.
Yeah.
Because he's just, every time he comes to New York, he fills me up.
That's hilarious.
And
Are you weird like me? I try not to open them.
Dude, are you fucking kidding me?
I swear to God.
You pulling my dick right now?
You know,
I leave a fresh pack.
I'll
at
have
all
one
times.
pack and I'm like, damn, yo, like this. Well, we got to do laundry again. Like I'm out of underwear and I'm like, I do have another couple packs. Nah.
I'll do laundry.
I'll wait.
I keep a fresh pack of tees. I keep a fresh pack of underwear, and I keep a fresh pack of black socks and white socks. And I'm mostly a black sock guy. To be
Yeah,
completely honest
same.
with you. I'm a black sock ankle guy.
Yeah,
ankle sock.
agreed.
Yeah, that's
Agreed.
my preferred style. But my
Agreed.
dad buys me tube socks from Walmart, so you know what? I gotta do what I gotta do.
Listen, when the weather changes, I like a tube sock and a boot.
In the wintertime, I love a tube sock.
Tube
Tube
sock
sock
and a
goes
boot.
good in a Timberland.
And a
If not,
Timberland
they cut your ankle. Remember like that cut you would get in your ankle if you wore like ankle
Hell
socks
yeah,
with
bro. The
Timbs?
little inside part.
Bro,
in the
that shit would
front,
just
on
give you
the
an
opposite
Indian
side of
burn.
Yeah,
That's just
bro.
Are you allowed to say that, Indian burn?
I don't know.
The other day I said,
Are you allowed?
I don't think you're allowed to say it. You know what I found out you couldn't say the other
You
day?
can't say it at all, or can you say Native American burn?
It's that's even worse.
Or you can't say it at all.
I said Indian stance. You remember we used to sit down and
Indian style.
I said Indian style. I said that shit like in a work meeting.
You're not allowed to say that?
You know what?
Sit Indian style?
My-
God damn, we're getting out of control.
What I said was, I was like, ooh, am I allowed to say that? And my boss goes, it's actually crisscross applesauce. That's how we say it now. And I love my boss, so it's nothing against her.
That's hilarious.
But she says it's
applesauce.
crisscross, and she has kids, so she knows. And she goes, that's how they say it now. And I'm like, crisscross applesauce.
Wow.
Okay.
Crisscross applesauce.
Yeah.
Wow. They used to say Indian style. Everybody sit Indian style. It's
Yeah.
story time.
You used to say,
In gym
you have
class.
a story. You don't have to tell it right now, but you have a story about one of your coaches that I think is the fucking, you used to say the funniest shit to you. It's just so funny how like, even like when I was in school, like the gym teachers or whatever, they used to say the wildest shit.
Oh, yeah. Oh,
They
I know who you're
used to
talking
say
about.
the
I won't air him
wildest
out.
shit.
I won't air him out. We had a couple
No.
of crazy coaches. I won't air him out,
But I
but
don't want you to air him out.
how he used to call us the Bodega Boys.
Oh my
Me and two of my buddies, Anthony and Marvin. He used to call us the Bodega Boys.
Were you guys the only Spanish ones?
We were 3 that like were like together a lot.
Yeah.
So he would call us the Bodega
And he
Boys.
wasn't Spanish.
No, he was not. He'd say, hey, mira, mira. That's what he'd be saying. He'd be like, catch the ball. Somebody say it to him in Spanish. You dropped another fly ball. God damn it. That's what
I
he'd
was
say.
watching fucking Cobra Kai on Netflix, which if you haven't watched it yet, listen, I didn't want to watch it either.
I watched the first one. I thought it was pretty good. I watched like probably half of it.
It was good, right?
Yeah, I thought it was
I
good.
watched it. I think it's super good. But you see how like he says wild shit to the students. He calls like the one student's got like a cleft lip, and he started making fun of him, calling him lip. He's like he got a he looks
Shit.
like he's telling me he looks deformed and shit.
Oh shit.
Yeah, and he says wild shit to the kids, and it's an interesting show. I keep saying to my girl never watched a movie,
The Karate Kid?
never watched it.
What? Karate Kid will
Bro,
change
I be
your
watching.
life.
I be putting on like mad movies, and I be oh my god, I used to love this movie, and she just never watched that shit. She never watched
Wow.
Boys in the Hood.
What?
Never-
Oh, my girl never saw that either. I had to
Never
put- I
watched
had to
Paid
put her
in
on.
Full,
Nope, my girl neither. Yep.
bro.
Menace to Society? Hell
Never.
no. Nope.
Never.
Yeah.
So, and I'm sure there's a bunch of like movies that she's seen that I never seen,
Yeah.
or like novellas. that
My girl
she's
never seen Belly. I told her about Belly. I showed her the opening scene, and she was like, "This is crazy." I was like, "Yeah, no." I said,
Is that
"Look at this
DMX?
shit." Yeah, Nas with the contacts coming through the club. I was
Oh
like,
my god!
"Come on, man."
Some of these movies are so good, dude. When I was a kid, you know what my favorite movie was? I still have shit taste in movies. When I was a kid, my favorite movie was Con Air.
Con Air is a great movie.
Dude, I was such a Nicolas Cage
Fucking
fan.
kidding me? Hell
I think
yeah.
if you look up Con Air like on IMDb, it probably has like a shit
Put
rating.
the bunny in the box.
Yes.
I always told my
Bro.
girl, I was like, "This is bullshit. These guys had it coming.
Yeah.
Every single time I watch it, I'm like, no, the nose bone.
He said it was Dave Chappelle said the last Mohegan is burning. They lit one of the prisoners on fire.
That was wild, bro.
Yeah, they lit one of the prisoners
Yeah.
on fire. Con Air's about these cons that are being transferred from one prison to another one through an airplane. And one of the big guys, they're trying to
John Malkovich.
Yeah, they're trying to do something to escape. Like somebody from another crew is trying to help them. One of those guys escape. That's what the movie's about.
But
It's
you
from, like, the
gotta
90s.
tell the main premise,
Nicolas
like the best
Cage.
character, the main character. He's like a great guy, family guy. He gets in a fight, uses his military training, accidentally kills a guy that was trying to stab him. You know, so the whole movie is him waiting to get home to his family. So then he's on the plane going home to his family, and that's the plane that the inmates decide to hijack.
Yes.
So he's just like, fucking hell no, like I'm going home.
Yeah,
like,
he's trying to get
we
out of
ain't
there.
doing this now. You know, so he's trying, but meanwhile, the entire plane is full of all these inmates, all these wild characters, and they all take over the plane. Like, so he has to try to work his way through, you know, without getting killed by these guys while also not allowing them to take the plane over.
Yeah, good fucking movie.
Yeah, that shit was crazy, man.
Good.
Dave
fucking
Chappelle.
movie.
Dave Chappelle was good in that movie.
Dude,
man.
Dave Chappelle did a lot of, like, I don't know if it's considered a cameo, or I think is a cameo when we have a brief second. Or he's done a lot of small roles in films
Yeah.
that were amazing.
Yeah, in good movies. Yeah.
Yeah, and then he's done his big roles that are good too, man.
Like Half Baked is like iconic.
Half Baked is such a good movie,
Yeah,
man.
that's iconic. You know, that's a lot of guys. They'll always be known for that shit. Like
Yeah.
they'll always like, no matter what, Half Baked is like a cult classic.
I don't even know the Spanish dude that lived in the house. I don't know that guy's name, but every time I see him, I'm like, oh,
Yeah, he's in a.
That's
few
his
things.
identity for me, though.
Yeah, but he kind of is the same guy all the time.
Yeah, his identity to me is the same.
You kill Killer B.
Yeah.
That's what you always think in your head, right?
The dog flying through the air.
Yeah, bro.
It was a good fucking movie.
Um,
That's like top 5 like stoner movie, right?
yeah, that's up there, man. That's
100%.
up there. Yeah,
That the
There's a
Up
couple.
in Smoke.
yeah. Up in Smoke. You got Friday.
Friday was such a good fucking
Friday
movie.
might be one of the best stoner movies.
You
ever.
see, it's such a weird. It's like an in between for me because I don't want to say it's a stoner movie because the movie's more than just about like getting stoned. It's about
true.
It's about more than that, but I definitely think it could fall in that genre too.
Yeah, I guess you're right. Like Howard and Kumar, Go to White Castle.
Good, yeah, stoner movie.
I think I almost had a stroke when he got on that cheetah.
Oh, I was just gonna say that,
Bro, I was in the movie theater. I dead ass almost stroked out.
Yeah.
That to this day, that movie, that was the funniest part I had seen in a movie until Borat in the movie theater. Then Borat. Did you see the new one?
Yes.
Bro, I died. I can't front.
So
People said it wasn't funny. I thought that shit was hilarious.
the copy that appeared.
Spoiler alert.
I'm not gonna say anything about the movie.
All right.
I will say that the copy that I have doesn't have subtitles, so I can't read what he's saying in whatever language. He's
whatever
saying
fake
it.
language with his
Yeah,
daughter.
so
and
I
shit.
didn't get the whole thing, but I did.
Man.
I touched back on the original film today. It's funny you bring this up because I touched back on the original film today because I watched a video where Sacha Baron Cohen goes to see David Dobrik in his Borat
Outfit, like his
outfit in
yeah.
character.
Okay.
Dude, he shows up to his house in that stupid fucking right-hand drive like mail car, like that postage car he has.
Yeah.
And David Dobrik gets out of his Tesla, like leaves the door a little open by mistake, and he shows up and gets so close to Tesla, he rips the fucking door off the Tesla truck. He's like, no. Rips the door off, backs up, like scratches the Tesla, and he was like, and he comes out of the car, he's like, nah, this is not the expensive car. And he was like, dude, this car's $120,000. And he was like, 120. Wowie wow.
Yeah.
But it's fucking hilarious. And he's like in character the whole time. He's a funny motherfucker, bro. Ali G.
He's wild.
Remember Ali G?
Hell yeah, Ali G, bro. Ali G was that was like his breakthrough character.
Dude, Ali G was a character that that he used to play as, and they used to call people up and make pretend they were like the BBC or CNN or whatever, and they would get interviewed with like legit people. They were getting interviews with like celebrities. They were getting interviews with politics. He got an interview with Trump.
Yeah,
Did you ever see that?
He had interviews with everybody.
He had an interview
like anybody
with
who's
Trump.
anybody he could get in a room with.
He tells Trump this. He tells Trump. Trump says that he knew something was up. It was a super short. He's like 4 minutes. He was like, let's make this quick because I got to get out of here. And he was like, oh, okay. He goes, I got an idea for you. He goes, what's the best thing in the world? And he was like, I don't know. You tell me. And he was like, ice cream. And he was like, okay. He goes, what's the only thing bad about ice cream? He goes, it melts. He goes, so you know what I'm going to, he goes, it melts and you get it over your hands. He goes, no, you know what I'm going to invent? And Trump goes, ice cream that doesn't melt. And he goes, no, that's a really good fucking idea. He said, no, I'm going to invent gloves that you put on when you're eating ice cream so that your hands don't get all sticky when it melts.
That's some comedic genius shit.
Dude, Trump catches on. He's like, all right, I'm out of here. But some of the guys who don't catch on,
yeah,
dude, it's so fucking funny.
Like, come on, bro. In the movie, the new one
with Giuliani.
Oh my God. Yep. They misrepresented.
I didn't like the way they did that.
They misrepresented what happened in that situation. It was slightly weird, but I think it was editing that made it weird. The way they cut the scenes. Man. Yeah, he's an old guy. He's just
I think that old people he
wasn't like Joe Biden.
No.
Grabbing up on the kids, pulling them all close, taking pictures and shit, kissing them and smelling them, and playing with their hair and shit. I'm like, what the fuck is this guy doing? Imagine he's doing that to your daughter.
Dude, that's a weird thing to like do on somebody else's kid.
He's like, hey,
I'm not gonna lie, I smell my kid all the time.
Yeah, because she's yours.
Because she's mine. I get to smell her. Yeah. Doesn't I just pick her up and when she gets out of the shower, especially I come on.
Yeah.
And I'll smell her.
Imagine
that's gonna sound across.
Now, think about this is a complete stranger.
Yeah, no one else is allowed to smell my kid.
Think about this. Even if one of your friends, imagine I go up and just start smelling your kid, like you're gonna be like, bro, what are you doing?
Yeah, what are you doing? Get away.
And you've known me for how long?
Yeah.
Now this is a complete stranger.
So you know what the problem is? I don't know why people feel so confident in like handing their kids to these strangers because it's like this idea of like presidents kissing babies. You're not kissing my fucking kid.
You're not kissing my kid.
Are you fucking kidding me? No, I'm not gonna hand you my kid so you can take. No, my kid doesn't need to take a picture with you. I get it. You're the leader of the fucking free world. A picture up close, a picture this close to Trump is just as good as one of him holding my kid.
Yeah. Yeah. Or I could just get it from Getty Images.
Yeah.
Cool.
And then I found, no, I'm not. Yeah. I have no need to like take pictures with it. Like hand my kids to famous people so they can take pictures with them.
Yeah, no.
Half those guys are into weird shit.
They're into weird shit, man.
Half those guys are weird. You remember what happened to
it's disturbing that in front of that many people, he's that confident to just behave this way. That's what makes it terrifying.
Sometimes people don't, especially old people, don't realize that they're doing the weird shit. Just like when old people are like oddly racist. I used to work with a guy who used to just be like blatantly racist.
Yeah.
And he would say things to me and I'd be like, and I'm looking at myself.
He would like make Spanish like jokes and comments to you. Like, oh no, you're not one of them. You're a different kind.
Not like you though.
You're a good kind.
Yeah, exactly. And I'm like, you still can't say that.
Yeah.
Like you're not allowed to say that.
Yeah, you know, it's hilarious. I dated a girl one time that she her grandma said to me, I remember, she said, you Italian boy? You know, you're an Italian boy, huh? And I'm like, no, I'm not Italian. She said, you're not. You're Jewish? And I'm like, no. I was like, I'm not Jewish either. I was like, I'm Puerto Rican. And she goes, Puerto Rican, huh? And I was like, yeah. And she goes, I worked with one of those once. She said, some of them are nice. Fucking dinner table, like fucking everybody.
As if race has anything to do with like how nice somebody can be.
I think that shit is so hilarious to me. I think that shit is hysterical. I'm like, yo, this lady's like 85 years old. Like she has no idea. You know what I mean? Like when she grew up, shit was different. You know what I mean? Like I can't redo her programming and shit like that.
I don't hold it against anyone.
Hell no. I thought it was hilarious. I bust out laughing, yo. Yeah. She couldn't figure out why I was laughing. I was like, you don't. I was like, nah. It's like, it's
dude,
fine.
there's people out there that are 95 years old and they're still saying colored people.
Bro. Oh yeah, I know.
You know, and it's just like it is. I'm not saying it's right, but it's like,
I mean, you got to choose what you get offended by. I mean, I don't have time to get offended by everything. I mean, I got to be selective about what offends me.
Yeah, 100%.
You know what I mean? Like
you gotta come a little direct to me.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Like you got to pretty much put your hands on me
Yeah.
or on somebody that I care about. Like
Yeah.
there's not much you're gonna say to me that's gonna really
Have me up in arms.
make me put my hands on someone. You know what I mean? It's like, it depends. Now I'm talking the sober me.
Yeah.
100% sober, and oh my god!
I'll tell you
last
one
night
thing
was
though. I don't care who you
fucking
fucking vote
circus.
for. I'm not gonna fight you over who you voted
No,
for.
absolutely not.
I don't give a fuck
no.
who you
It's
voted for.
no. Who cares? I'd rather not know.
Yeah,
I don't want to know.
yeah. Don't tell
You know what I
me.
mean? Like, bro,
That's
I
the
can't
best part
even-
about it. You don't have to tell people.
Yeah, you don't have to tell anybody.
Dude, when I was in school,
This is why there's privacy boxes when you go and fill out
dude,
your
when I
ballot.
was a kid, it was like cliche to say who you voted for. Like, you weren't
Yeah,
supposed to. Like,
exactly.
You're like, nah, we don't talk about
It's
that.
like asking a woman her weight.
Yeah, exactly.
Like it was that. It was just, or ask her if she's pregnant.
Yeah, wild.
You
I've
just-
never done that.
Yeah, you just don't like do that. You know what I mean?
I don't care who you voted for. Don't tell me. I won't tell you, and we'll just fucking keep it at that.
But yeah, man, it's people get super weird.
You want to talk
About that
about
shit.
you were mentioning you had a
Oh
crazy
no,
night
no,
last
just
night?
because I don't know if anybody. I tend to have a beer or two when we do the podcast, but not today.
Yeah, were you in recovery mode?
Yeah, last night was a long night.
Where'd you
Long night.
go?
Celebrated two of my buddies' birthdays.
It was a double birthday.
Yeah, and plus like their brothers and their other brothers' birthdays the day before mine. That was last month. That we never really did too much. We did a little bit of something, so we kind of
Are
combined.
these guys
like,
triplets?
No, it's they have similar birthdays. I don't know. Maybe I think it's like New Year's or something. Like lands around 9 months prior to like this time, like the fall. So I
Okay.
think it's just a lot of people just conceive on
These are
New Year's
Valentine's
and
Day
Christmas,
babies.
New Year's babies, like because then you have babies by like the following.
If you have a
No.
baby on Valentine's Day, if you make a baby on Valentine's Day, then November your baby will come out.
Yeah, so Valentine's Day, New Year's, exactly.
Yeah.
So like those,
Or where we're
Christmas.
from, if you have a baby when you get your taxes in, you will have a baby around November.
yeah, true.
That
You can
tax
pay
check
for
come
that.
in.
You can pay for that fucking hotel for a couple extra nights.
Yeah, you crazy. You catch up on your child support.
Yeah, go away for like a weekend trip, some shit, but so last night we went out and we celebrated. We went to 3 different spots. We started at one spot.
Jeez.
It's annoying that they're making you buy food everywhere you go drink though. It's
Oh, that's a
fucking
thing.
annoying.
It's a real thing.
Oh yeah, Cuomo did that shit. That
So
fucking
what do you
moron.
What do you mean? So what do you have to buy?
You have to order a
does
food
anybody
item.
Sell like one French fry.
Yeah, there's some bars that do like they sell like a bag of chips and shit.
Yeah, that shit
You
was
can just
mad
buy-
cute, and then so they realized that nobody was going to buy regular
Yeah,
food.
nah, it's just the dumbest shit ever. He requires you to buy food because he doesn't want people just going and drinking because he says that just drinking and mingling spreads COVID.
So do you get one food item per drink, or you as long as you?
It's
buy
just
food
one
in
per
front of you?
check.
Okay.
Like so, we just got some apps and we just like split some apps.
yeah,
and shit.
I like food anyways.
Yeah, I like to pick, especially while I'm drinking, especially if I'm gonna have a night like I did last night. Had I
Yeah.
not been eating throughout the night, I'd have been in trouble.
Yeah.
So the first place we went, it was good. We had a few drinks, but they were closing early because it was a brewery. So breweries don't stay open that late. I don't know if they're regulated differently or it's just like they're a different establishment.
Yeah,
It's
they're not like these
you're not
motherfuckers.
meant
Still
to
gotta,
be
they got to
there
come to
till-
work in the morning.
Exactly. You don't want to it's not meant to be a 3 a.m. type of shit. So we went there, started there, then we walked over to this other spot, got food and shit. Yo, the fucking bartender, she was like clowning me like the whole fucking night.
Really?
It was hilarious. I think it was just because we were just like loud and shit like that when we were talking and shit. And so she like felt comfortable like getting involved in a conversation, kind of like throwing jabs and shit. She was asking me if I wanted a cranberry juice and shit. I'm like,
What?
Cranberry juice? She's like, nah, I don't know. She's like, I don't know. I'm just saying you look like a kind of guy might like a cranberry juice. I'm like, what the fuck are you trying to say? I'm like, what the fuck? She's like, yeah, they're like, it's from The Departed. It's this period and shit, like, so our boys start piggybacking off of it. I'm like, but it was fun though. It was fun. Like she had like this sharp wit that was like it just like egged everybody on. I think we like drank more just because she was like hyping everybody
Dude,
up.
as a bartender, that's one of the qualities that you
Yeah.
should have.
Yeah, it was the game was on and shit. It was like some old replay. So I think it was like an encore of a game. So we chilled there. We leave there, go to this other spot, and then this is whenever you hit the third spot, shit gets weird.
Yeah.
You hit
Is it like 1 a.m. at this time when you get to the third spot?
yeah.
Yeah, I figured that.
Yeah. So we get to this place. It's supposed to close at like 2:30. So it was already like starting to empty out and shit. So we go in there, we're drinking, same shit. Bro, we leave. We're drunk walking the streets.
Yeah.
Like we're just walking around the streets because none of us drove.
Ooh.
So now
smart.
none of us drove. So we were all taking Ubers. Like I got dropped off to then take an Uber home. Like that was my plan. So of course we get into like dumbass, like daring and stupid bro shit. You know
Oh
what I
my
mean?
God.
Like bro, tell me why I got dared to fucking run a half a mile around around the traffic circle that gets to
What?
by the brewery. Bro, I did that
Half a
shit.
mile?
Bro, I did that shit in 3 minutes, yo.
That's not bad for being
I just
intoxicated.
bounced. I was drunk in Chuck Taylor's in the dark. And I felt compelled to complete this run.
Yeah.
They were like, you can't do it. No. But I was like, they're like, you can't do it. I was like, I can't do this. I can't run. I said, do you know who the fuck you're talking to?
I
was
wonder
like,
if they get you more fucked up because your blood's just fucking pumping.
please, I was fucking hyped. After that, I get back. Of course, motherfuckers start asking me about jujitsu. They start trying to grapple. They start grabbing me up. Bro, you have no idea. I'm covered in mud at this point. We're just like all out, just like wrestling in the mud outside the brewery now. Cause now we're back by the brewery.
You're back at the brewery.
We're back over by the brewery and it's nighttime. It's dark out. We're just rolling around in the dirt and the mud. I remember my buddy saying like, yo guys, get up. Like, what are you guys doing? And I told him, I was like, no, we've got to finish this. Like,
We've got something to finish here.
bro, so today I go to walk my dog this morning. I put my jacket on and shit. My girl's like, what did you guys do last night? And I'm like, what do you mean? And she's like, did you guys run from the cops? Or did you guys get in a big ass fight? And I'm like, what are you talking about? I'm like, no. I was like, we just went out, we were like drinking and shit. She's like, yeah, who'd you fight? And I'm like, I didn't fight anybody. Nobody got in any fights. I was like, I swear to God, I was like, we actually had a great night.
Yeah,
you know?
but you look like you just got ran over.
Bro, she's like, look at your jacket. She's like, look at all your clothes. And I'm like, look at all my clothes.
It's
I
all
left a
muddy.
trail of clothing all over the fucking
Oh my
apartment. yo.
God.
So I look, my jeans have mud all on them. My shoes look like I dragged a body through the forest. That's what my fucking Chucks look like. They were just covered in mud,
Oh
fucking
my
dirt,
God.
everything. And my jacket, I look in the mirror, my jacket's got mud all over the back. I must have like pulled guard in the mud or some shit. I must have just like did some ridiculous shit. Like, it comes to me in like drabs. Like,
But it sounds like you had a
little
good
chunks.
night, man.
It was a good time, but it was just crazy. I'm like, I texted him in the morning. I was like, yo, did you guys really get me to run a half a mile last night?
And
They're
then
like,
go
yeah,
through
you
like
ran
a wrestling cycle.
that. Yeah. I'm like, what the fuck, man?
You know
You
what's
know?
crazy? You talked about the sports on TV. The fucking World Series just passed. Did you fucking know that?
Yeah.
The LA one, Dodgers one?
Yep.
I didn't know I didn't even know fucking baseball was being played.
Yeah.
Let alone it
Baseball's
was a
back.
fucking World Series.
Yeah, it was them in Tampa Bay, which is like growing up, like I never in my life expected to see the Dodgers in Tampa Bay in the World Series. Like
Well, yeah.
baseball is so different now. Like teams
Oh
like
my God.
that like shift in power. I guess it's similar to like when Golden State started winning in the NBA. But
I remember when the Nationals were dog shit and when the Phillies were dog shit too.
yeah.
I remember when the Diamondbacks were good.
Yeah, bro.
It
It's
might not even be a team. I don't even know. They're still a fucking team.
that's a fucking good question, man. I
I
think
don't know. And the same thing with like basketball. Like not all the teams went to the bubble, right?
I think they did.
I thought there were certain teams that didn't go to the bubble.
Nah, I think they went. I
They
mean,
took-
you got to let these guys work.
I don't know.
You know what I mean?
wanna
I think
say-
they just played less games.
I want to say Toronto didn't go to the bubble.
Or maybe it just started with Toronto did.
Did they? Okay.
Yeah. But it's just I don't know. I don't even know how many teams went. I don't know who went, but I guess it's kind of
When it comes to
Yeah,
like
interesting.
fucking, I fell off so hard when it comes to
professional sports.
yeah.
Me
Except the only thing I'm watching is like mixed martial arts. I'm not
That's
watching football anymore. I don't watch. I get updates for like Cowboy games because I'm a Cowboy fan. It's like linked to like my ESPN, so
Yeah.
like I get updates when they play, and like I watch just I look at the score.
Yeah.
I'm not watching the games anymore.
Nothing compels me like MMA. I feel like when I watch MMA, it's like it hits everything that I want to see. It hits like technical ability, it hits athleticism.
And I could watch old fights. Just this morning I was watching Andre Arlovsky's old fights. This guy.
He was an
was
animal.
Such an animal.
Pre
bro.
USADA when he had them fangs on the
with
mouthpiece.
the fangs when he was hairy and
With
just
the
like
curly hair.
shredded.
Bro, he was a monster.
Oh my god,
He
bro.
was an animal, bro.
He was
Yeah.
a savage.
He was heavyweight champ.
He was a champ.
I think he was a champ.
I
Yeah,
didn't know he. I
I think Arlovsky was the champ.
Wow, man.
I want to say, I think
Dude,
Arlovsky
I was watching his
the champ.
old fights with, just like you said, with the long hair and him just putting people, bro, just knocking people out. Such a savage. I could watch older fights and stuff like that. I can't watch older football games. I feel like it's not really my thing. I definitely can't watch any old baseball, let alone fucking live baseball. I don't even want to watch fucking live baseball. Tell me when the
Former
fucking,
heavyweight champ.
He was, right?
Yeah.
Tell me when the fucking game's over. You just tell me who won.
For what?
Baseball, bro.
Yeah,
I don't
baseball.
understand how I watched it for so long.
Baseball puts you to sleep sometimes. That's why they had to change the entire way that they film it. You know that was baseball that actually started incorporating like the crowd, like cutting the camera to the crowd and shit and cutting. You know how they're constantly changing angles?
Yeah.
They look at the crowd and they look at the dugout.
Oh,
you know,
well, it makes sense.
Then they
because
look at
it's
the
such a-
bullpen.
Yeah.
It's the only way to keep you entertained at home. Like
It
you,
makes sense, bro.
yo, bro, you just watching the pitcher kick the fucking mound and shit, play with the rosin bag and shit like that, and the guy stepping out of the box, fixing his gloves and shit like that, tapping his cleats, you know, pulling his shirt up and shit like
It's
that.
only really like there's only like
Fixing
two of
his
you
shit.
guys playing at the same time.
Yeah, nah, it's like
Oh, forget about fixing the shit. Derek Jeter's up there. Who the fuck knows? This guy's the pitcher's gonna put a 3-foot hole in the fucking mound before this guy even gets ready.
yeah, I know with all his rituals.
Yeah.
Ah, fuck.
Players in general have a lot of weird rituals,
Especially baseball, bro.
especially baseball. Yeah. Like the football guys who don't shave their beards.
Yeah.
I can understand some of these things. Superstition is huge in sports.
Did you see Javante?
No, I watched the highlights.
You didn't, but did you see the knockout?
I seen the knockout. Yeah.
Bro, Javante Davis slept that dude so hard, bro.
Yeah.
Yo, I'm
The
hearing people
uppercut,
saying
right?
it was like a lucky uppercut. Yeah, I rewatched the fight.
Davis is not. First of all, there's no luck. I don't believe in that. And you probably were the one that told me about this. And I don't really believe in luck in mixed martial arts.
No, I don't believe there's luck. No, there's
That dude
preparation.
threw that punch 1,000 times,
Yeah.
100,000
Bro,
times.
he was
in
looking
practice.
for it. He was
Yeah.
looking, and you could see when he makes the adjustment, when he realizes that Leo is always ducking this way. He's ducking like down at a specific point. Like you could see he was looking for the uppercut. He was looking a couple times. He like fainted with it, and then when he slipped that right hand and threw that uppercut, and that dude's head, he looked at the lights. His
Dude.
head was on a swivel like this, like whoa, and just that guy went to sleep so crazy, bro.
Does he have any association with Floyd Mayweather? Is he one
Yeah.
of his fighters?
Yeah,
he
yeah,
is, right?
He is one of
I've
his
seen
fighters.
pictures of him and Floyd together.
Yeah, Floyd got up into the Floyd went up and got out of his seat and went to the ring when he knocked knocked that dude out. Yeah, man. He's been like kind of grooming him.
That dude's got so much fucking money, bro.
Yeah, he's got a lot of bread. He's got a lot of bread.
So much fucking money.
Yeah, he's the
It's-
highest paid athlete in history.
It's almost like it's weird how much money these boxers make in comparison to like mixed like Bellator fighters, UFC fighters, any other like
Yeah.
mixed martial arts fighters. How much more money they make, and there's so much more corruption and weird like athletics. Like look at all those like the WBA or the WBC, all those alphabet like companies or
Bro.
they're not companies. They're like
Cannonier made $60,000 for that last fight.
60 grand.
He made $60,000 for a title fight. No, a co-main, not a title fight against Robert Whitaker.
Yeah, that's dog shit, bro.
He made $60,000, bro. You know what that is, bro? That's half of that's going to his camp.
And he doesn't even get to wear like he doesn't even get to get the outside money and wear all his sponsors on his
Exactly.
shorts or
He get,
anything like that.
$5,000 from Reebok or whatever the fuck, and then you get, he didn't get fight of the night or performance of the night. So you're not going to get that extra $50,000.
Yeah, that's terrible, man.
I mean, it's terrible. Yo, they said that Habib made, I think like $6 million.
that's still not enough when you look at all the. I want to know how many more views is Floyd Mayweather getting than like Khabib or Conor. I want to know.
It's significant.
Is it?
Yeah.
I want to know what how many dollars are they getting per view, and I want to know what the mathematical breakdown is.
yeah.
Is Floyd getting a $10 a view or 10 cents a view? Would Conor get 4 cents a view? Like, is it that much more? People are still. I guess people are watching boxing.
Yeah, people are loyal to boxing. It's there's boxing purists that they don't. It's almost like a religious conflict. like a real ideology based conflict. When I speak to people and I try to plead my case for MMA and they are big into boxing, I always show boxing respect.
Yeah.
A lot of people don't show MMA respect in the opposite direction. Like they
Boxing's a good sport, and I understand the athleticism that it takes to to be, you know, somebody at the peak.
To be that good with these limited tools,
100%.
You're only allowed to punch.
Fucking somebody asked me the other day,
What?
do you think that we were talking about the Joe Rogan Mike Tyson podcast,
Okay.
and we were watching it together. We were watching like the you know, they do the JRE clips.
Yeah.
We were watching one of the clips, and he said, the guy looks at me and he goes, "You think Joe Rogan could beat up Mike Tyson today?" And I say to him, I'm like, "Well, what do you mean? Like in a boxing match?" He
Yeah.
said, "No, I don't. Maybe not in a boxing match. Like, nah, in a street fight." I said, "Oh." I said, "Yeah, I think he would be." I said, "Mike Tyson's an older man,
Yeah.
and while he might still be a good boxer, that's only a single discipline. I think it's kind of difficult for you to think that in the streets where there is no rules and you can do whatever you want, that he would beat up a guy that not only is maybe half as good as he is at his discipline, but then very well-rounded in a bunch of other disciplines."
Yeah. That's a tough one because there is a substantial size difference there. There's also, they're similar in age. And I think that Mike Tyson can enter a different place in his brain than Joe can.
Probably, but I will tell you that Mike Tyson hasn't fought in a very long time. He hasn't trained in a very long time.
Yeah.
He's in the best shape he's been in the past 10 years, 15 years.
That's true.
So right now, he's probably in great shape. So right now, he might give him a run for his money. My whole entire thing was just like the difference between the people who fight mixed martial arts, and this is because we're having that boxing conversation. The difference between the people who fight mixed martial arts and people who box. These guys are not just good at boxing.
Yeah.
They're good at kickboxing.
Yeah.
They're good Muay Thai fighters, which is similar to kickboxing. They're good, wrestlers. They're good grapplers. They're good jiu-jitsu, people. They're good at, at everything. So I think it's difficult to say like, oh, it's like, what I said to the guy was, I was like, dude, that's like saying like, can Mike Tyson beat Wayne Gretzky in a shootout? It's like, it's just like street fighting is more of what I would think would be his niche. He doesn't have a niche because he's never been at the peak in any of those sports. Joe Rogan's never been at the peak of any of his sport of mixed martial arts as a competitor.
Yeah. So that's a tough question. I would prefer a comparison between, two active fighters, one in one discipline and one in the other.
Yeah, he just asked me it because he also said to me that he goes, "I don't think anybody can beat up Mike Tyson." And I was just like, I think that's a crazy thing to say.
That is a crazy thing to say.
Yeah, because even as I'm saying it right now, in my mind, I think Francis Ngannou would absolutely maul him. So it's like you can't. We were talking about street fights. I said, listen, in boxing, I'll give it to you. Mike Tyson probably still got it. He probably still fuck a bunch of people up.
Yeah.
But some of these dudes who fight mixed martial arts are on another fucking level.
Yeah, they're on another level. Like Stipe would give Mike Tyson a real hard time.
And if you're talking about a street fight, which is way more similar to being in the octagon than it is to being in the boxing ring,
I might pick DC in that. Like if I had to draft somebody to fight Mike Tyson, if I had to pick somebody, I think I might have to go with DC because
DC would be good. I don't think DC could get down to 220, but it'd be
DC wouldn't have to get down to 220. He wouldn't have to get down to 220.
That's where Mike says he wants to. That's where he's fighting at now, and that's where he wants to be at.
Well, I mean, the MMA is different. MMA, anything above 205 is heavyweight. So it's like anything above 205 and under 265 is heavyweight.
265 is heavyweight, yeah. So he doesn't have to, yeah.
Yeah, so they'd still fight a heavyweight bout, and they'd just be like a reasonable discrepancy there. But I think that and he can get down to 220. Of course he can. He used to be the 205 champ. He was the light heavyweight champ.
I know, he looked great.
Yeah.
You ever seen him look like that again? When he looked like that?
Well, because he's been a heavyweight.
I'm just asking. He's never gotten down that thin.
He's never been he's a heavyweight. Why would he go down to light heavyweight?
If you look at his older fights when he fight light heavyweight, he's much thinner. And then once he started fighting heavyweight again, he never looked that thin again. And you could, like you just said it, like you don't have to be a 250-pound heavyweight. You could be a 220-pound heavyweight.
Yeah.
You know, there's heavyweights. He has room for advancement in his physique, not from a visual perspective, but you could tell like he carries around a lot more fat on him than
he does, but it's never displayed in his ability to fight. He's got a gas tank. He goes 5 rounds.
But so that just means like think about how much better he could be.
Maybe not.
Yeah, no, 100%. Because you think about it, look at it from a scientific perspective, right? You could tell me if I'm wrong because I don't know about this. But people who maybe carry around more fat in them have more fat in their blood, and how does that affect now your endurance or the way, like, you know, your circulation or your blood pressure? All those things are affected by like your weight. And I'm sure if he was in better shape, he could perform better because his body's just a better machine. There's nothing against the guy.
No, that's just
great. But a lot of it, this has been brought up by like, you know, I've heard Joe Rogan talk about this, about how, you know, who knows what kind of an athlete he could have been. And he had a great career. He's a Hall of Famer. He's one of the best, you know, heavyweights of all time. However, who knows how much different his career would have been if he was like a leaner heavyweight, if he was more disciplined in his diet. You look at guys like, look at John Jones. John Jones, you know, he fights at light heavyweight. Now he's going up to fight a heavyweight. You know, there's plenty of guys who fight in that division who don't carry around as much fat in them, and you just stay at like a, you know, a good physique.
I mean, how much better could DC's career have been?
I don't know.
I mean, how much better are we talking? I mean, You're talking double champ. You're talking he's beat everybody. You're talking about Olympic wrestler. Like, you know, I mean, and he's wrestled heavyweight. Is like he's fought heavyweight in Strikeforce. He was the heavyweight champion.
Yeah,
like,
I guess it's hard to say it without like sounding like I'm talking shit about him. I'm not talking shit.
No, I know you're not talking shit.
I'm just saying like these are things that they're just factors. And I think it's difficult to argue that he wouldn't have performed better, but maybe you're right. Maybe he wouldn't. I mean,
more muscle needs more oxygen. You know what I'm saying? You know, I'm sure like his gas tank, because
maybe he could have fought at fucking, you know,
like middleweight or something.
Middleweight, yeah.
But who knows? You go down to middleweight and you know, Luke Rockhold kicks you in your fucking head. You know what I'm saying? Because now you're talking about guys
moving a little faster. When you get
guys move faster, and they still carry that power.
Yeah, those guys move a little faster down there, guys.
I'm not trying to watch DC fight Israel Adesanya.
No,
like I'm not trying to watch that.
But he wouldn't have been there at that time.
True. Yeah, it was earlier in his career.
You know, maybe he could have been a triple champ.
Yeah, I mean,
it's just an interesting thought.
I mean, Jesus, how much we want him to do?
Yeah, listen,
could have been a triple champ.
No, he's overall one of my favorite fighters. I love him. I love to listen to him. I love to listen to him announce. I love to watch him fight. I love to watch him in his personal life. I think he seems like he's a good dad too. I think he's a great guy, great fighter. Not taking anything away from him. It's just an interesting perspective.
Yeah. Yeah, I guess I would like, you know, it'd be good to, you know, if in another life.
You can say that about Mark Hunt too. You can say that about a lot of guys.
Well, Mark Hunt is in a very different, we're talking, those are two very different men.
Yes.
All right. DC.
But I'm just saying that you could say, but I'm not saying that.
DC's heavy, but he's not morbidly obese. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yes.
Now, like we're, you know, like I'm sure on some kind of doctor chart he would be, because that's bullshit.
100%.
Yeah. Like Joe Rogan's obese on a doctor's chart. Yeah. You know, height like versus weight, it's ridiculous. But those are two different guys. I mean,
they're different caliber fighters, 100%. But the comparison that I'm drawing is that Mark Hunt is a guy who typically, you know, does carry around a lot more fat than muscle. He's also the same guy who fucking, I think he has the most walk-off knockouts, or he has a lot of walk-off knockouts.
Yeah, he's got a lot of walk-off knockouts. I mean, he had a whole lot of power.
He starched a lot of dudes.
He did. Heavy bones, bro. That guy,
you know, who knows how his fight with Brock Lesnar would have went if Brock Lesnar wasn't on steroids.
I still can't believe that his lawsuit gained no ground.
It doesn't make any sense.
I mean, they knowingly let that guy step into the ring to fight him when he was on steroids.
Brock Lesnar fought Mark Hunt. And the UFC knew prior to him fighting him that he was pissing hot, and I don't think they even classified it as like pissing hot, right? Because that fight was that fight overturned? It wasn't like
No.
they knew it.
I forget exactly what the details are. I'd hate to provide false information here, but I think what happened was
He's gonna do it anyways. He's like, I hate to do it.
no, because
but
I
I'm
don't
gonna do
know.
it.
I'm just reflecting because we don't look shit up. I mean, what's time for that shit? I mean, I'm doing the best I can here. We try to look shit up. My phone just died. You know, I mean, that's
Yeah,
just,
if anything, you guys should be impressed by the fact that we pull all of this out of our ass.
exactly fucking Magic Trick Weekly.
I got 3 words written on this piece of paper right
Yeah.
here. Everything else is a freestyle.
That's right. And I lost all the fucking notes I had because my phone died.
So yeah, so
But
Brock Lesnar.
yeah,
and,
Brock.
and
So
the UFC knowing, was it something to do with his size in that he? I want to say I remember them saying like he's just too big, like he needs to take something.
No.
Like, to me. I forgot what it was.
I didn't hear that. I don't know if that's. I don't know. I mean, then again,
he
if
was
I-
enormous.
yeah, he was huge. But it's just like, you know,
I want to see him stand next to Francis. Is he bigger than Francis?
I don't know. I think Francis is taller. I think he's a little taller.
He's a big fucking.
Those are two behemoths.
dude.
Yeah.
Francis Ngannou is fucking
Yeah.
enormous.
Yeah, he's huge.
He's big next to everybody.
Yeah.
I seen him standing in line like a UFC event, and Stipe was behind him, and he's fucking annoying. He's way bigger than Stipe, bro.
And Stipe whipped his ass.
Yeah, Stipe. If they were kids playing video games, he was cheesing.
Yeah. Nah,
Stipe was cheesing.
Yeah, nah, bro.
You got to do what you got to do.
Yeah, he had to.
You have to do that.
Bro, that to this day, I
Did
think
you
that
see
was
him get grazed?
Oh
and
no,
like-
he got clipped a couple times.
Yeah.
He got rattled.
Yeah, bro.
You know,
He shouldn't want to fight that man anymore. Nobody
No.
should want to fight him.
I would never fight him again. I wouldn't
Nope.
fight him again. I would avoid
only
it at all
takes
costs.
one time. And guess what? His cardio's just getting better. His striking just getting better. His wrestling's just getting better. He's just getting better as a
Yeah.
fighter. This guy, you're talking about a guy that fought for the belt who had 2 years of experience,
Yeah,
versus now it's been 2 or 3 years since then,
yeah.
you
I
know.
think he had like more like 5 years or so.
Okay.
Yeah.
Which is still in his
Yeah.
infancy.
Yeah, yeah.
Some of these
but-
guys have been, you're talking about DC, who's been an all-American fucking wrestler, Olympian wrestler, somebody who's been, competing in combat sports his entire life. You look at guys like him, like Henry Cejudo,
Yeah,
the
name
list,
them,
Tyron
anybody.
Woodley, the TJ Dillashaw. These dudes have been fighting forever, or they've been competing in combat sports forever. So for a guy who's only been fighting for whether it was 2 years, 5 years, 7 years, to go out there and fight Stipe Miocic for the fucking belt, it's unbelievable.
Yeah, but Stipe did whip his ass. I
Stipe
watched
whooped
it.
his ass.
I've watched it a few times, and I have to say that to this day, bro, that is the fight that had me on the edge of my seat more than any fight ever. More than any fight ever. Every time I watch it, bro, I'm like, oh my god, because I know every single punch will put you out. So it's like you're fighting the big boss in a video game, and every
Yes.
time all he has to do is hit you one time, and he kills you. You know, so it's like he was just missing, woo, woo, and then he would shoot the single leg, and then he would almost get him down, but then not get him down, and then Francis would clip him, and he would stagger him, but then he would lock the body lock and drag him to the ground. It was that fucking fight was unbelievable.
It's going to be interesting because they might, although in my mind I'm saying that Stipe should never take that fight, he might not have a choice.
He might not have to, but I say Francis has to get some wins, more wins. I think he beat his last two guys,
He
but
beat his last 2 opponents.
he needs to beat a couple. Like I think he beat who'd he beat last? He beat
Who?
Kane.
Who else?
He knocked Kane out. He knocked out Overeem. He knocked out. Who else has he knocked out since his title fight?
Even if not him, right? And I'm not ignoring you. I just don't know. Even if not him, who's the next heavyweight up? It has to be. Francis is, and this is Francis's gripe with the UFC, is that these guys have held up the division, the heavyweight division.
He's complaining right now about it.
They did. They held DC
Yeah.
and Stipe held up the division.
Yeah, they did.
Now John Jones is coming up. Like now he's got to fucking worry about this guy. Listen, let him fight John Jones, and then let him fight for the belt if he beats John Jones. That'd be fucking nice.
Yeah, but did you hear what's going on with Stylebender?
What?
He's going up to light heavyweight to fight for the belt. He's gonna fight Blachowicz or whatever, the dude that just won the light heavyweight belt from
Whoa.
who the hell did he just fight for the belt? They just fought for the vacant title.
They fought for the vacant title.
Who the hell did he just fight? He just knocked somebody out.
Damn.
Who the hell did he just knock
I
out?
don't know. But I tell you one thing. Damn, Stylebender's going to go up to fight him?
Yeah. Yeah. And it's a very, I think it's a very good play for him, for Stylebender. He's very selective on who he chose.
If he goes up, yeah, because he's not going to go up and
he's going up to fight this guy to take his belt.
Yeah.
He wants to be a double champ.
and he's going to be a champ.
Yeah.
And then, and even if he would have went up to fight John Jones, it's a win-win for him. And I'm pretty sure I said this on the last podcast, that Israel Adesanya loses nothing from fighting John Jones. It's a win-win.
Well,
if he wins, wow, he just beat one of the greatest fighters of all time.
yeah.
If he loses,
He went up.
yeah, you went up and you went to go fight John Jones.
Yeah. But this sets up the John Jones fight.
So what? John Jones goes back down to
Light heavyweight. Of course he'll go to light heavyweight. Israel would never go up to heavyweight.
He's not going to go up to heavyweight to fight John Jones, without a doubt. But also at the same time, is John Jones just gave up his belt to end up inevitably going right back to try to get it back?
Well, I mean, if he goes up to heavyweight and wins a couple of heavyweight fights and possibly the heavyweight belt.
Yeah, but so this is the problem, right? Because Israel Adesanya has to actively defend these titles. And the UFC definitely can't hold up those weight classes are real popping to have a guy hold both those belts and not be defending them actively.
Yeah, but he probably doesn't intend to defend him actively. What he's going to do is
give one up.
He just won this one, so his next fight, if his next fight is for the light heavyweight title, that's a quick turnaround. I mean, that's not that much time.
He still has time to go back and defend his other belt.
Yeah, he still has time to, or his next fight would most likely be a title shot for John Jones. Probably, I would imagine that John Jones would probably come back down. They make that super fight. He fights him for the title at light heavyweight, and then regardless of what happens in that fight, his next fight he defends his middleweight belt.
Only way that happens is John Jones not going up to heavyweight and taking one fight and going back to light heavyweight. John Jones is going to go up there, go for the belt, and then maybe he goes back. I don't see him going up to fight,
He's going to have to fight at least one heavyweight.
To fight fucking Thiago or to fight another heavyweight.
Well, Thiago's a light heavyweight.
Yeah, I know they're
so
actually so I'm thinking about who he's not going to go up to, just for example, right? He's not going to go up and fight Derek Lewis, then fight Francis, and then go back to light heavyweight to fight Stylebender. He's going to want that belt before he goes back to. He's going to want a shot at the belt at the very least.
That's true.
Before he goes back to light
or
heavyweight.
maybe he just waits in the cut for what happens with Izzy and this guy.
Maybe it's crazy. Thiago's a light heavyweight.
Yeah,
he's a big fucking guy.
Yeah, he's a big dude. But there were a lot of them are freaking big, man. Everybody's big. Once you hit 170.
Paulo Costa being what is that, middleweight? Or one at 180.
Yeah, he's a middleweight.
He's a big fucking guy.
Yeah, he won't be able to do that for much longer. I'd say I give him like maybe 2-3 more years
before he goes up to light heavyweight.
Yeah, he has to go up. He can't.
It's so hard. It's going to be hard for him to compete in that. And he's got the size for light heavyweight. He's not like, somebody that I always talk about Tyron, but I'll use Tyron as an example.
Well, it's easier to pull water from muscle.
Yeah.
So it's easier to cut weight. That's why guys like Tyron
and it's Woodley, easier to cut weight when you have the weight to cut. They're bigger people. They have more to lose. Percentages, when you only weigh 140 pounds and you got to get down to 120 pounds, that 20 pounds was worth a lot more than the 20 pounds that the guy at 250 pounds has to lose.
Yeah, that's true. Before you're like putting your organs in jeopardy. Yeah, but it's the muscle on him that allows him to cut that much weight. So I don't know he's going to be bodied up for life, but I can't see him continuing to put himself through that for much longer. I can't. So, yeah. We want to move on to something that before it just occurred to me that I know because my notes are gone. Can we switch topics?
Yeah.
I want to talk this out. It's a double standard, but it's a double standard that I kind of agree with at the same time. So I
Ooh.
can't really, I don't, or I should say, I don't always disagree with it, but this might be a different case.
Okay.
There was some TikTok girl
Okay.
that I saw on Twitter. It popped up. I think I forget which outlet posted it, but it popped up on my Twitter feed, and it's this girl. Her name is, what's her name? God damn it! It's called. I think her name's like Zoe Laverne
Okay.
or something like that. She's a TikTok girl, and she's got this. TikTok is this. Clearly everybody knows what TikTok is, but I had no
It's the
idea
app
that
where
it's,
people like are fucking dancing.
yeah,
and
yeah,
shit, right?
exactly. So I had no idea that there's such an enormous following people have on TikTok.
Dude.
This girl has like 18 million followers or something.
Yeah,
They were
it's
saying
ridiculous. Yeah.
she's 19 years old. Apparently, some video leaked of her with another TikToker who he has like 400,000 views. Followers or some shit, so he's big himself. Clearly not as big as she is, but
She blowing him?
no, not that
appropriate?
far. They were kissing.
Oh, okay. Is this a young girl? I don't want to talk about
She's
it.
19.
Oh, okay.
He's
She could
13.
blow him. Oh, she can't blow him. You didn't tell me he was 13.
Well, you're not letting me finish the story.
I'm sorry. I just immediately, my mind went to like, blowjob scandal.
Yeah. So he's 13. So now the internet is like kind of not really even going that crazy. She came out and made a statement, a video like on her Instagram or some shit.
If I was in front of her, you know what I told her? I would be like, you don't got to worry about that, mama.
Yo, he said like,
gonna be
yo,
all right.
it's ain't no big deal. Like he
Yeah.
said it on his shit or whatever, his Instagram.
She probably came out like, I don't know why y'all tripping.
Yeah, word. Like, what the fuck? My dad already knows. Like,
Yeah, exactly. Damn, 13 versus 19.
Yo,
is
so that's a big
difference.
gap.
Yeah, it's a
So
big
this
gap.
is the double standard that I wanted to talk about. So she came forward and made this video statement that I actually watched it. And she's talking like, yeah, she said, we became friends. She's like, and big deal. We like started catching some feelings. She's like, it's not that serious. She's like, there's nothing wrong with that. Happens all the time. She's like, maybe it's just the age, but it's not a big deal and shit.
Did she say he's really mature for his age?
No, but she just came out and made this statement like, like it's not a big deal and it's normal and this is like typical and it's not a big deal. Like, yeah, he's kind of a little young. I probably shouldn't have done that, because he's so young.
Such a double standard.
So
because
I'm
if
thinking,
it was a woman, I
bro,
would be
imagine if this was a guy.
if 19, the guy was 19 and she was 13, you know
Oh,
what?
yeah.
You know what comes to my mind? He's brainwashing her.
Oh my God, brainwashing.
He's
She's
brainwashing
bro,
her.
that's statutory rape.
Yeah.
They would do all kinds of shit. Like they would investigate if there was any further contact, like anything deeper,
Yeah.
anything more sexual, anything like that. They would like
That guy would be canceled.
They would involve his parents and shit like that, or the girl's parents and all this kind of shit. If it was the other way around. But it's just strange to me that it's like she was able to come forward and make this statement, like, yeah, I did it. Like, it's not it's no big deal. And I'm just thinking, what if this was a guy that was on tape, a 19-year-old man kissing a 13-year-old girl on video, and then he comes forward admitting to it, agreeing to it, and saying it's not a big deal? I find that very hard to believe that guy would not be like, pitchforks and torches going to his house, canceling him. He loses his job or
100%.
loses his TikTok account. Everything gets shut down. His Twitter gets shut down. He's labeled as a sex offender, everything. Even if it goes to court and he's acquitted and they're like, oh, it was no big deal or anything like that, he's still like a rapist for life, a sex offender, everything. His family
Yeah.
would go through hell.
Yep.
Like it's
a super big double standard.
so not saying that would ever be condoned, because clearly a 19-year-old man kissing a 13-year-old girl is fucking unacceptable.
100%.
So I'm even thinking in my own mind why I don't think it's that, like, this is why I wanted to talk about it, because I don't feel nearly the same as I think I would if it was the other way around.
If I could be completely honest, I'm not proud of this, but I'm proud of him. I don't know why my mind is working that way. I understand the logic and it's illogical and it's sexist, but fuck, man, I really not. I don't feel bad for him. I don't think that he was taken advantage of,
but
I think he got what he wanted to get.
By the book, people could say she's molesting him.
Yeah, it's the same.
You know what I'm
Domestic
saying?
violence
Like-
is the same thing though, because if I smack my wife, which I don't,
Yeah, exactly. and she
It's a
calls the
huge
cops,
deal.
you'd get locked up. If she slapped you and you called the cops, they'd laugh at you.
She'd still get locked up, but they would laugh at me, right?
Yeah, they wouldn't lock her
And
up.
all my friends would laugh at me.
They wouldn't
too.
lock her up.
They'd be like, "Yo, boy, she smacked you, bro." They'd be laugh at me more than the fact that I let her smack me.
I know,
Than
bro.
to be worried about me and like me being in a a poor relationship that's like, you know, where I'm getting beat up. So it's super weird. It's a double standard. Or we're just programmed that way, bro.
It's
We're just this kid just got his first hair on his balls, and now he's
Legit.
slapping around a 19-year-old. It's disgusting.
I want to know.
Good for him.
Yo, this is another thing she said. She said, you know, we met, we were both in a dark place. So I'm like, so you sound like,
She grooming him?
oh my God, bro.
Did she groom him?
Bro, that's what the video was addressing. I don't know. What's this term, grooming?
Grooming is a disgusting. Oh my God.
What does
Grooming
that mean?
is disgusting.
Because she said,
It's when
no,
you,
I was
like-
not grooming him. Absolutely not.
Dude,
She said that was what she was addressing, that term.
I'm going to tell you right now.
Tell me,
Listen to
please.
grooming.
Enlighten me.
I'm going to give you like so I meet you and you're a young boy, and then I start hanging out with you and I start like giving you shit and just developing. I'm befriending you.
So that's like how a child molester would
Convince
approach a child.
and then, you know, they befriend them, and then they'll just convince
That's that
them
manipulative
that, like,
mentality.
you know, buy
type
them
of-
shit.
Okay.
And they'd be like, you know, oh, I'm Uncle Tony. You could call me Uncle Tony. You know, I'm
It's like
your
what dudes do
uncle
to
and
big
shit.
girls to get them to pay their cell phone bill and shit.
Exactly. Buy them sneakers. And
I
shit.
got
They
you.
groom
I
them, and
got
they'd be like,
you.
yo, listen, you know, your uncle, he's really got this sore spot right here. You rub it for him. You know, your Uncle Tony loves to be rubbed right there. And it's like, oh, it's no big deal. I'm just helping my Uncle Tony out.
Yeah,
He
yeah.
buy me games and shit like that.
Got you.
And they groom them and brainwash them into thinking that what they're doing is okay. And subconsciously, you know what you're doing is wrong. It's a disgusting thing. You know what you're doing is wrong, but you still do it. You're groomed.
See, okay, so it's like planting the seeds for further abuse or what have you, if this were the case.
Yeah. And you know what? When I was single and I first met my girl, I was trying to convince her that I had a sore spot that I needed to get rubbed too. You know what I'm saying? It's all the same shit.
Yeah, but you know, you can always convince somebody that you got a sore spot. Only deal is they got to be of sound mind
Yes.
and they got to be an adult.
Yeah, they gotta be of age. Yeah. We were both of age. It's just interesting. And
You know, it can't be fucking 13, bro.
Can't be 13, man. Dude, and it's the same. What about the situation where you get like the teacher who's like 26 and like the student
Yeah.
who's like 16?
It's so crazy because when I see these cases, I always think to myself, I'm like, oh man, I'm like, where the fuck were these teachers at when I was a kid? You know, but then I'm thinking to myself, I'm like, they were there. It's just these kids were like grown enough to recognize it. Like these
Yeah.
football players and shit. And they were like, oh shit. Like, yo, this, I think Miss Smith.
Got a thing for me.
I think she's kind of like trying to throw it at me.
You know, I watched a comedian do a bit about how you got the best dick you ever have when you're like 16. So like, and that's why teachers fuck students, because they just get hard right super fast.
Oh yeah,
They're
I
always
bet.
hard.
Fucking always hard.
Yeah, 100%.
Just fucking walking around at 14 years old, 13. What? Forget it, bro.
Dude,
I
you could
couldn't.
walk around the house hanging wet towels on that thing.
I didn't even exactly. I didn't even own a pair of sweatpants.
You couldn't
Could not.
own a pair of sweatpants.
Stiff Brooklyn Express denim. Keep everything in place,
You
bro.
got that Jimmy Jazz denim.
For real, bro. That shit was like wood paneling. Those fucking pants, bro. You kidding me, son?
Keep that stiffy down.
that
It's funny. It's
bitch at 6 o'clock.
yeah. I guess now he can only fuck 19-year-olds. You can't go back now, right?
Yeah, yo, the girls are probably like, oh man, we'll never be able to. Well, his name was Connor Joyce.
Good for him.
I think was
man.
his name.
Good for him as long as it was consensual, and you know, I guess even if it was consensual, you're still not allowed to do it if it was the other way around.
Yo,
So
both
I
of their
can't
moms made
congratulate him.
statements.
What?
They were like, her mom was like, so big deal. They're friends. Friends kiss each other all the time. And shit, some shit like that. And then the kid's mom was like, I think she was like, big fucking deal.
Boys will be boys.
You know what I mean? Boys will be boys. His dad was like, put it right
Yeah,
there. Put it right there,
pound
Connor.
it.
Put it right there, Connor. Get dad a bud heavy.
Yeah, dude, Connor, you shaving your balls?
Eh?
They say the girls like that these days. I don't know.
It's that thing. I think what's his name? Brendan Schwab. He reads about that thing. What is it? Manscaper.
Brendan Schwab says that Tom Brady shaves his balls, and that's how he got Giselle.
Exactly. You want Giselle? You want Giselle, don't you, Connor? Christmas list, put it on there. Santa's coming
We're
early.
gonna get you the lawnmower 2.0.
Santa's coming early.
Your balls will thank you later. That's their fucking slogan, bro. Your balls will thank you.
It is?
Yeah, it's what that company that sells like the lawnmower for manscaping.
You want to talk about? Listen, are you done? I don't want to cut you off.
Nah, go ahead.
Speaking of slogan, you reminded me, we were talking about Borat. I wanted to talk about this. Did you see that Kazakhstan was like trying to sue him for
Yes.
laughing at their country and stuff like that?
Originally with their first movie.
And now.
Oh, again?
Yeah. But did you also see what they've done at the same time as they're trying to like sue him?
No.
Their slogan, they said that on a side note, as a bonus, I guess, or some kind of like a little extra something. Tourism has increased
Of
to that country because of Borat.
Yeah.
Bro, they're upset with him about the movie, saying the movie shouldn't be released. They're trying to get Amazon to take it down.
And he's doubled
At
their
the
GDP.
same time, bro, this is their slogan they're adopting. Kazakhstan, very nice.
That's their slogan.
That's
for
their
country.
slogan for people to come and tour there.
I love how. Oh, you know what's one thing that's
But how are you suing him at the same time? You're taking taking his like his whole shtick.
You gotta take what brings in the money.
Yeah, but you're
He
going to
has
sue
no
him at the
relation
same
to
time.
Kazakhstan, which is the funniest part of it.
No,
all.
he
The
said he
dude's
chose that
Englishman.
company because it was so obscure that he was like, Americans don't know this place, so I'm free to create a character.
Yeah.
Because nobody knows this country.
Nobody knows.
Nobody knows this country
We don't
exists.
even know if they're like that over there.
Yeah.
I love how anti-Semitic he is. When he was in the David Dobrik thing and he was going to get into the Tesla, they're like, "Don't worry, we disinfected it." He goes, "Oh, so you cleaned he goes, "There was Jews in here," and they were like, "No, there was no Jews in there. You're going to be good." He was like, "Okay."
He's fucking
Like
crazy.
he's
that
like,
guy.
no, he's so fucking funny,
Bro, he's a crazy dude.
He's so
man.
fucking funny. You ever? Well, you know the other character he does, Bruno.
I don't think Bruno was funny.
You don't think Bruno's funny?
Nah, Bruno didn't do it for me.
All right, I'm not going to ask you if homosexuals make you uncomfortable, and that's why you didn't like it.
No, not at all.
Okay.
But I just thought that it just wasn't funny. It didn't really hit for me. I think I was kind of burned out of those characters at that point.
I don't fucking remember watching Bruno, but I think it was funny. But I don't remember
Because
watching it.
he came out with like so many characters, I think like in such close proximity that I was like, it's kind of getting tired.
I think I would have rathered an Ali G movie.
There's an
In
Ali
that
G
ti-
movie.
No, in that time.
Oh yeah, like another one.
Yeah.
I
I
agree.
know the Ali G movie. Dude, the Ali G movie.
Is there an Ali G movie?
Yes, there
There is
is.
an Ali G.
100%.
I was Ali G for Christmas once. I mean for Halloween once.
That shit, you probably hit that
I
shit right
bodied it, bro.
Did you dress up? You worked for Halloween this year, right? So you didn't dress up?
No, I worked though.
This year was one of the first years I dressed up.
Did you? Yeah, I was gonna dress up, like, but then it just became a lot, and I was like, fuck that. I was like, I'm not gonna dress up for work. Fuck that shit.
Nah, I don't blame you. I wouldn't want to do it at work.
Yeah.
I was Danny Zuko, who, for the people who don't know, he's the character that John Travolta plays
In Greece.
in Greece. Yeah.
Nice, bro.
And my chick was Sandy.
Nice, bro.
But we were them from the end of the movie. When Sandy's like badass and she's
All
wearing,
cool.
like,
He's got
leather
the
pants.
black with the
Bro,
tee
my
on.
girl found her whole outfit at Rainbows. Like, they still currently sell that entire outfit she was wearing. High-waisted leather pants
Get out
with
of
the
here.
leather jacket. My girl found the entire outfit.
That's hilarious.
Dude, we went to Party City. We spent like $140 on fucking costumes. And then she was like, I want to be Sandy from the end of the movie. So
you didn't use the costumes you bought?
she didn't use it. I used my plastic jacket. She went out and bought like the real clothes and like killed it.
Damn, where'd you guys go?
We went to a Halloween party.
Get out of here.
Yeah, we went to 2 Halloween parties. One
Did
of
you go to-
which
did
you
you
were
go to-
supposed to attend.
Fuck, I know, man. I had to work, bro.
One of them was a Halloween party / engagement party. Really good event. I had a good time. You can't take the centerpieces home. It wasn't that kind of a Spanish party.
Oh, nah?
Yeah.
Right.
I told him, because he was like, yo, did you get your party gift? You get like your party gift? And I was like, the centerpiece? And he was like, no. He was like, you're not allowed to take that. And I was like, oh. In most Spanish parties.
Get it out of the car.
Yeah. I was like, dude, at my wedding, they literally took every
Yeah,
centerpiece.
everybody always takes the centerpieces.
Yeah. It's like a thing, right?
Yeah.
Okay, good. Because I kind of felt like when I told him that, like he kind of looked at me like I was crazy.
No, a lot of people do that.
And I was like, that's a thing, bro. Like,
Yeah, a lot of people do
They
that.
raffle them off too. They'd be like, all right, we're gonna play a game. Whoever wins at the table gets to take home the centerpiece.
Yeah.
I don't want to clean that shit up.
Yeah, no, I'm not. And it's not, what are you really going to do with it?
Nothing.
What are you really going to do with the centerpiece at a wedding?
I don't ever want to take it home. But
What are you going to put that in your living room?
He had
Oh.
sugar skulls that like were hand painted.
Oh, wow.
Super cool. It was a Halloween themed engagement party
That's dope.
where everybody dressed. And to enter the party, you had to go through a haunted house. That was not.
Is this the one I was supposed to attend?
Yes.
They bodied it last year.
It was twice as big.
Get out of here.
It's crazy.
The haunted house or the party?
1.5 times. The party was like 3 times as big.
Really?
Dude, the whole entire backyard was under tents.
Shut up.
Yeah. Like
Fuck.
with heaters and everything.
Fuck.
Dude was a bartender. Bartender, DJ, and the dudes with the fucking penguin suits.
Get out of here.
And
They had it
the
catered like
servers.
They were like
Yeah,
like
bro.
hors d'oeuvres and shit.
Yeah, dude.
Wow.
Dude, I left at 10. They still hadn't get the food out. Like, fuck, me and my girl were pissed. My girl was hammered when
Look
she
at
was
10. Why the hell you leave at 10?
Because I had to go to the other party.
Oh my god. Damn, son. Fucking pissed. I was at fucking work, yo.
Yeah. They had Jello shots in syringes.
Oh yeah, yeah.
So you fucking slam the plunger and a bunch of alcohol filled fucking Jello gets shot into your mouth. It was a good event.
Damn,
It
man.
was
I
really
wish I
good.
could have. I wish I could have gotten to go, man. He asked me about it. He told me about it, and I said I couldn't. I'm glad I at least was able to tell him, like, I knew in advance that I was stuck working. So
Yeah. How do you feel about that? People who don't show up, like, you know, I invite you to a party and you don't show up. Does that bother you if people do that to you? Do you think people should, like, you know, call you in advance? Do you think they should shoot you and say, yo, my bad, I couldn't come through?
no,
What do
you should do what you can to say in advance that you can't come. If you were formally invited, if you know, you should, you know, say something that you can't come. You know, that's it. That's what I think. I mean, it helps to. I never did this to you, did I?
No, it
All right,
happened.
just trying to make sure you're not
No,
setting
I
me
don't
up.
want to throw anybody under the bus, but it happened recently. And
All
like-
right.
and I don't think that this person did it intentionally. It is what it is.
Yeah, I mean, sometimes shit happens. Sometimes people forget. Sometimes people make plans and.
This is the last topic we have.
Excuse me,
That's
I'm
it.
sorry.
After this
I'm
topic,
sorry.
We're done.
Are we?
Yeah.
Oh, shit,
I
I'm
mean,
sorry.
we've been on for like 2 hours, I think.
Yeah. All right. Cool.
I think so.
Cool.
I'm not 100% sure. I can check my phone.
But yeah, I think you should let somebody know about that.
Yeah.
You know, because I mean, when you let somebody know, I mean, they're not making unnecessary amounts of food. You know, they're not.
yes.
You know, you gotta let somebody prepare. I mean, if you have 10 people that don't show up to a party, now you're talking about you set up an extra table you don't need. You know, now you're
Yeah.
talking about you have 2 extra trays of food you don't need. You know, at that point it gets a little fucking. You know, it's a little inconsiderate, really.
Yeah. 100%.
You know, it's like weddings and shit like that. Like,
no, you can't do it to a
you
wedding.
know what I'm saying? Oh, people do that shit.
Dude, if somebody would have not showed up, what?
People do that shit. Yo, your wedding was so lit, bro.
Dude,
Your wedding was
Thank
so
you.
lit, son. That shit was so fucking lit, bro.
my wedding made me stop drinking alcohol.
Yeah. Yo, you gave me a shout out on the mic. It was amazing. You gave me a shout out, bro, during like your speech.
At my wedding, I announced an after party at my mother's house that I didn't tell her.
I know,
about.
and nor did you attend.
And I didn't even attend
And
it.
so
'Cause
people
I
were
was
just
so
showing up at your
drunk.
mom's.
I was so drunk. Dude, I threw up all over my mom's car. I was talking shit to the guy who was driving, my cousin's husband, and I was like, "You're driving like a maniac." And everybody's like, "He's driving fine." I was throwing up. Dude, I woke up in the morning. First of all, I woke up in my grandmother's room,
Oh my God.
not knowing how the fuck this is my wedding night. You're supposed to get some trim on your wedding night. Conceive your first child, maybe. You know, where I'm from, conceive your third child.
Right?
And they had a party at my mom's house. This is how lit the party was. In the middle of the party, they went to White Castle and got a bunch of Crave cases.
Damn.
That's how lit that shit was. I didn't make it to the party.
God damn it. I want a goddamn crave case.
What?
I might grab a Big Mac on my way home
Oh,
and not tell anybody about it.
Listen, before
I might just eat a Big Mac and get rid of the evidence before I even get home.
I do that sometimes.
I might do that.
If I go in the house and I have food, my girl would be pissed. Like she's
Yeah.
like, she's insulted.
Yeah. See, mine is almost a little bit worse because she's just gonna make me feel bad about eating it this late when we already have food home.
Oh,
She
my
made
girl
dinner
should get me
tonight.
mad I didn't bring her one.
Yeah.
That she be,
See,
you
my
didn't
girl's
bring-
sleeping right now.
You
so
didn't. Oh
That's why I got to get rid of the bag. She'll see it in the morning and be like,
no, yeah, she'll still be pissed even if she was sleeping.
"Oh yeah,
Yeah, 100% she'd be pissed, bro. One time we get into the one time I come home and I have like
that's
gummy
true
worms.
though." Yeah.
And I'm eating the gummy worms and I'm in bed and she's like, "Oh, you bought gummy worms?" I'm like, "Oh yeah, you want some gummy worms?" Whatever. I give her the gummy worms. The next day we get up in the morning to go to brunch and she finds a bag of gummy worms in her center console and she's like, "You had 2 bags of gummy worms last night, and you just
Split one with me.
just ate one on the way home, and then I had to split mine with you, so you ate mine." And
Oh,
I was
shit.
like, yeah, I was like, what? So-
Actually, I bought myself 2.
Yeah, I was like, yeah, and I split it one with you. So
Yeah.
no, it's not the way that fucking
Yeah,
works.
no, that's true though. Yeah, I get shit for eating without her and shit like that. Like I can't eat without her. Like literally, like if you were to right now, if my girl was home and awake, and you were like, "Yo, I'm gonna order some pizzas right now," no matter how hungry I was, can't do it.
Last thing I want to talk about, and then we'll end the podcast. Favorite fast food restaurant. It would live in the East
Should
Coast.
it be a quick answer or should I?
It could be
Or
quick.
can I think for a second?
You could think for a second. You want me to tell you mine, and then you could think about yours.
I know what yours is.
Ooh.
Yours
you?
is Wendy's.
Wendy's makes a delicious hamburger, all beef, never frozen.
Yeah.
Listen, you can't beat their junior bacon cheeseburger. If you're talking about chicken sandwiches, I'm gonna go to McDonald's
Talking
or Chick-fil-A.
Nah, talking chicken sandwiches. I'm going to Wendy's for the cheap chicken sandwich. If you're talking the cheap one, you know, like the $1 one or like the $1.50 one, you know, the one that's like
The cheapest
A
one,
little
the cheap
cheaper
good
meat.
one is the Burger King one, the long boy.
the long joint. Yeah, but it's a little weird. You bite into it and it looks like lamb.
Yeah, 100%.
It looks like a veal cutlet.
Yeah.
It's a little weird, but it is very good.
Yeah, when you talk about a good 2 for $5 from Burger
Yeah.
King chicken sandwiches, I
And
don't-
nobody can ever confuse your sandwich if you order in a group.
Nope.
Reach in there. That's the pass that funny
Yeah.
shaped one this way.
Pass the football
Pass the
here.
sausage and peppers over here. The fuck out of here.
I don't like their burgers though. I'm not into Burger King burgers.
What?
I'm not into that flame
Broiled
I'm not
Whopper?
into the Whopper, man.
Disrespectful.
I do enjoy a Big Mac though every once in a
Listen,
while.
a Big Mac is good. I do wish the patties were slightly bigger,
yeah.
like a little thicker, because there's a whole lot of bread on there.
Do you know what my boy should put me on to? He
What?
said, "Yo, I get the McDouble,
With mac sauce.
add lettuce and mac sauce, and it's like a junior Big Mac, and
Yeah.
it's delicious.
Yeah,
it doesn't
it
have
is.
that bread in the middle,
It is
which you don't
delicious.
need. You don't need that bread in the middle.
Ooh, maybe you just changed my order.
That's what I get when I go there.
Damn,
I
I
get
wonder
two
if
of those
she's watching
puppies.
right now.
I get 2 of those.
It's very
puppies.
possible she's watching right now. My phone is off. I'm probably getting texts right now.
You don't even know.
We made chicken tacos. There's food home.
Is that what you made?
Yeah, it was delicious, yo.
Chicken
Crock
tacos are
pot.
good.
Crock pot, son.
Oh, I had oxtail the other day for the first time in a long
How
time.
dare you? You had some
So
crabo and you didn't tell me.
good.
I'm getting
Yeah.
offended like your girl right now.
Bro, the weirdest thing, bro. So I give my dog.
I never told you my favorite fast food, but carry on.
I'm gonna tell you my story
We'll
about
come
my
back.
dog, and it was. I give my dog the bones from the oxtail. This dude just eats the entire bone, like he just crushes it and eats it.
You're probably destroying his teeth.
Dude, the day after we have short ribs, and I give him
He
short
crushed
ribs,
the bone too.
and he crushes.
Yo,
them.
he's like a hyena, bro. He's different than regular dogs. Do we ever tell anybody what kind of dog you
I
have?
have an Argentine dogo.
That dog is a dinosaur.
Dude, when I tell you there's not I can't give him, but he just crushes the bones. It's the weirdest thing.
Yo, he's a fucking
ever.
goddamn animal, bro.
when
He's
I
a,
buy the bones, like you buy those bones at like Petco and shit like that, like he takes a little bit to eat them. But when you give him like a real bone, not a mystery bone from
not some
fucking,
fossilized fucking.
Yeah. bro, he just he bites down on it and you see just the pieces fall out of his mouth. He just pulverizes them and eats them completely.
Well, maybe it's just softer bone, I imagine. You know, it's stewed. It's probably, both of those are slow cooked meats. Maybe
Yeah.
the bone is a little softer.
Maybe, bro.
You
I'll
know?
tell you one thing though. I gave him like 3 bones. He ate them, and I have a smaller, stupid dog, whatever. And I give the stupid dog a bone, and he's eating the thing the whole night. Never even puts a dent in it. And the whole night, I'm fighting this dog from taking the bone from the other dog.
Oh,
It's like 3 a.m, and my wife turns over and looks at me. She goes, "Just give him the fucking bone." She goes, "That's it. Just give Rico the fucking bone."
yeah.
Rico's the dogo. So just give him
Yeah.
the bone because I'm tired. And he was just down there crying, howling at the other dog.
Oh my god.
Howling the whole night. Now, please tell me, now that I've given you time to think, favorite fast food, And what are you getting from
Favorite fast food and what do I get?
there? Yeah.
Like, let's say they had to make a meal of ours, like they did for Travis Scott and J Balvin.
Yeah, what would
You
it
saw
be?
J Balvin got one too.
Yeah, J Balvin got one too. Those are fucking stupid. But
Yeah, it's. I'll tell you what, Wendy's killed it with the Stoner 2 a.m. meal. Because I used to order that shit.
what the fuck is that? What are you talking
Bro,
about?
the 4 for 4?
Oh, yes.
Bro, I used to put that meal together off the dollar menu.
Yeah.
Every time I'm shit faced coming home from the club, the bar, whatever,
The
I
4
would
for
get.
4 is amazing.
I would get the 4 for 4. That's what I would get every single time. I would get a
Junior bacon cheeseburger.
junior bacon cheeseburger, 4-piece nugget, small fry, and a small drink. $4.
I would get the Frosty.
Oh, you replace it with a Frosty, but I need a drink.
Nah, I'll do whatever I got to do to. The Frosty's one of their staples, bro. It's
Yeah,
one of my
Frosty's
favorite things in
delicious.
there.
Frosty is delicious. All right, so damn. See, to me, I think Wendy's is my. Maybe it can't be my favorite because Wendy's is my favorite. But if there's a Burger King there, I might go there instead.
My bet Juan loves Burger King, and I don't.
Yeah.
I'm not.
Damn, but I like McDonald's.
McDonald's isn't bad. So listen, I look at it this way: if I'm gonna get a burger, I have to get it from Wendy's. If I'm gonna get a chicken sandwich, and I'm going for the meal and not the cheap chicken sandwich,
Yeah,
I need that buttermilk from McDonald's.
yeah.
That buttermilk chicken sandwich is delicious. And just like when I told, listen, there's a place for Checkers too. If you want to talk about really good fries, the Checkers fries are kind of fucking phenomenal.
Yeah, Checkers
And
fries
if we're
are
talking about
phenomenal.
ice cream, I sound like such a fat fuck.
You talking? What are you gonna do? You gonna do Sonic?
Sonics.
See, but we have one Sonic.
Yeah. And it's not anywhere near where you live.
No, hell no, it's not.
Sonic's, I don't even know what their food they sell.
We didn't even talk about Chick-fil-A.
I've only had, my fucking wife doesn't fuck with Chick-fil-A because they don't support the gays. And she's married to me.
When did McDonald's ever come out and put a rainbow flag in Ronald's hand?
They got a J Balvin.
They're just
They support Latinos and she's in there. And listen, they're not publicly
oh, that's pandering.
anti-gay.
They're pandering to us. That's what
Yo,
that is.
you know, McDonald's like blatantly panders to like the Black and Latino community, right?
Yeah, this is why we all have hypertension and
Bro,
heart
they
disease.
have a website called 360. They had a website called 365 Black.
I know.
That was a McDonald's
I know.
website.
It was a McDonald's
that was
website.
like directed towards like the
Yes.
African American community.
Yes.
It was the most blatantly racist shit I've ever seen.
Is
They're
it still up?
Probably not. 365 Black. That's what it was. 365black.com. As if you could only be black for 100 days of the year, right? Like that's what that means. Like 365. Like I'm like it's just stupid. But yeah, my wife doesn't eat Chick-fil-A because they don't support gays. Because they openly don't support them.
See, but I don't know if they openly don't support it because I've never heard a rude quote. I think they're just super Christian.
No,
And-
they openly do not support gays.
See,
I'm almost positive that's true.
I've never seen a statement that they've made that says
I don't
that they
think
do
they
or
said
don't.
that God hates fags. I think that they
They
just-
didn't take it that hard, right?
Yeah, I don't think they said that, but I think they just said like, as like a religious company, like we're not gonna, do anything to show any love to these people. Or maybe they donated money to like gay conversion camps or something like that. I'm not sure. I'm not sure. But my wife doesn't eat with them. And not that she doesn't allow me she doesn't care if I go over there and eat, but most of the time we're eating.
Would she
together.
eat at Subway?
What are you talking about, Jared? Is that where we're going here?
Yeah, it's my question. When's the last time she had a
was
$5
dropped.
footlong?
My wife does not eat cold cuts from Subways.
Okay.
I would never allow her to eat.
You know, I had to ask.
No,
So,
but
I got to
she's
give
not-
them credit for sticking to their guns, though. In 2020, this is a hard time to double down and stick to your guns on a belief.
Did they really? Did they didn't support him?
I
He
mean,
went to
they-
prison.
No, I'm talking about Chick-fil-A. Sorry, I'm back on Chick-fil-A.
Listen,
You know, like the fact that they're actually like, you know what? We're just gonna stick to it, and we're just gonna.
that's not
you know what
brave,
I mean?
bro. They're getting backed by religion. There's nothing that controls more people than fucking religion.
Yeah, so I guess you're right. They're hiding behind.
You know how
faith.
many more people
They're
are
hiding
like,
behind
there's some good Christians down there at Chick-fil-A.
Yeah,
Let's go get it.
yeah.
They're not
yeah.
open on Sundays. Hurry up. It's Saturday.
Yeah, I mean, and they don't have Chick-fil-A's all over these like states that are super
Dude, it's
progressive.
big in
I'm
the
sure.
South, right?
Yeah, big in the South. You know, I mean, we just
So
got
is
our first
Christianity.
Chick-fil-A up here when? Like probably 2 years ago.
I'll tell you one thing though. Nothing tastes more gourmet than Chick-fil-A.
That
God
shit's
damn,
delicious.
that shit tastes good.
I mean, they're so clever. Everything's chicken.
You ever had their little bites?
Yeah.
Their McNuggets
It's actual
are
chicken.
real pieces of chicken.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I know.
That's what we're fucking saying. It's a real chicken. It's not like a dinosaur shaped one.
No, it's not like that little boot.
Yeah, from
You know
McDonald's.
that weird little boot one.
Dude, I love those McDonald's chicken nuggets.
Yeah, they're
though.
delicious.
They're delicious.
They're delicious.
You like sauce on your nuggets?
Yeah, sweet and sour all day.
Really?
All day.
I'm not a
son.
big sauce guy, bro. I don't.
You
put-
you just take a piece of chicken and you just eat it.
Yeah, I also don't put ketchup on my fries.
I don't do that either. It ruins the fry. I need the salt.
Oh,
So I don't want a little salty potato. My girl is big into ketchup. She thinks I'm crazy. I'm like, it's too dominant of a flavor to put on everything.
You know what? Some people's trick
It's
is
all
to
sour
get
and
fresh
shit.
to get fresh fries from McDonald's. You tell them no salt,
Oh,
and they gotta make you a fresh batch.
you're lying.
That's what my mans used to do. I used to hate it because we'd be in the drive-through and we get to the window. They'd be like, "Just pull up, your food ain't ready yet." And I was like, "Fuck, this is because of your
Damn.
fucking fries."
Did you see that there's an app that came out that tells you all the McDonald's that have broken ice cream machines?
Oh my god, that's so fucking stupid. I have fallen in love with the McFlurries
But-
lately.
Because all I said is, I don't need that. Just avoid the McDonald's in the hood.
Yeah,
Every single McDonald's in the hood is just fucking liars.
yeah.
They're just like, yo, the ice cream machine's broken. I'm like, you know, I did that. Like, man, when I first met my girl, I brought her. We were in my old neighborhood. And I go to McDonald's, we order it, and she's like, I want a McFlurry. I'm like, damn, me too. I'm like, I bet you the machine's broken. She's like, no. She's like, what do you mean? And I was like, the machine's going to be broken. Watch, they ain't going to make it. And she's like, what are you talking about? I pull up and I'm like, hi. Order my food. I said, can I also have 2 vanilla Oreo McFlurries? Said, yeah, bro. Nah, man, I'm sorry, yo, the ice cream machine broken.
He didn't even say. He said the ice cream machine broke.
Yeah, word. He said the ice cream machine, you know, shit broke, you know. I'm like, okay. And she looked at me. She was like, what? I was like, yeah. I said, watch this. We get the food. I said, no, I think, nah, I'm lying. We didn't order any food. We went specifically for this.
Ooh.
That's what we did. We went out to get McFlurries. They didn't have it. And she's like, oh my God, that's so crazy. She's like, okay. I was like, no, we're going to get one. She said, really? I said, yeah. I said, but first, we went over to your old neighborhood.
Yes.
And I said, we're going to go one hood over. Guarantee the ice cream machine's broken. She said, no way. I said, absolutely. Went right over there. Hey, can we have 2 vanilla Oreo McFlurries? Nah. Ice cream machine's broken, dog. Okay. She says, are you serious? I said, now watch this. Took it to a McDonald's in a nice area. Can we have 2 vanilla Oreo McFlurries?
Small, medium, or large?
Exactly. Small, medium, or large. Would you like to add an extra scoop of Oreo for $1?
You know why? Because that shit's mad hard to clean.
Yo,
No one wants to clean that fucking machine out.
I used to clean it.
I remember I used to work in a place.
We worked at the
We
same
worked
place.
in the same place. When I got there, the machine was legit broken
Yeah.
though. Because I remember they telling me, they were like, we don't like that machine over there. We don't use it because it's super hard to clean.
Yo, it's a
So
pain in the ass.
if anybody ever asks you, it's broken.
Yeah. And it was my specific job was to clean it.
What was worse? Do you think
One of my jobs.
Do you think emptying the grease from the fryer, like throwing it out at the end? you know?
like taking it to the big vat in the
yeah,
back
cleaning the grease trap
was worse than that?
was worse than anything else? Do you think that was the worst aspect of like working in a kitchen environment?
Nah. I think the mats were pretty fucking gross. The mats were
Yeah.
pretty fucking gross. But nah, I guess doing that. I mean, that was the most annoying task, emptying the grease trap, because to wheel that big freaking sloshing oil thing all the way to the back and open the back door and pin it open. And you needed an extra person. You couldn't do it alone.
Yeah.
So you needed 2 people, so yeah, that was a pain in the ass, man. That was a real pain in the ass.
Next time I want to talk about shitty jobs. We've been talking for about over 2 hours at this point.
Are you sure it's been 2 hours?
Yeah.
Interesting. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I think we're good, man. I think we wrapped here. You want to just pick a main event, Thiago Santos versus
Who's he from?
Glover Teixeira?
Yeah. Thiago's second round knockout.
Yeah, really.
100%.
Real KO lights out
Yep.
or TKO stoppage?
100%. No. 100%.
Lights out.
Lights out. You know why? You see a lot of these fights, these guys have been fighting for a long time and they put them in the ring with these fucking savages
Yeah.
that are so hungry for a fucking title shot that they would KO their mother if she was in the fucking octagon
Yeah.
with him. this guy's gonna go in there and he's gonna put work on him.
I think I don't know. I think Glover might close the distance. I'm saying Glover submission. I say Glover by choke.
Ooh, what round?
I say the second also.
You know what the fuck? What do we get if Glover wins? What does that do? If Glover wins, then what? Now,
What do we do if Thiago wins? Who gives a fuck?
he gets another title shot.
When? No, he doesn't. He's not in that title. He already had a title shot.
That's why if he wins his next fight, he's more likely to get a title shot.
I guess you're right. Yeah.
It's just the way it works.
And he did fight a hell of a fight
Yeah.
in that title fight.
Dude, we talked about it at the beginning.
Bro, his fucking
He
leg
coulda
was
won
in,
that
his
fight.
leg was in like 2 pieces.
Could have won that fight.
Yeah. So
That's it. Masters of None, episode 5. We didn't talk about the fucking guy trying to
fuck it.
extort
Next
us.
time. Next
Fuck,
time.
We'll talk about
Next
it
time. We got something hilarious to talk
Tune in
about.
Next time we'll talk to you guys about the dude who tried to extort us over Instagram. And I hope you comment on this video too, man.
Yeah. We appreciate you, man.
Yeah,
Thanks,
man.
yo.
Thank you. All right, guys. Good night.
That's it.
That's sad.